Welcome back to Dark Skies. This is episode 6 entitled Vigilance. Last episode doesn't matter because we're always going with new shit. Everybody's already got their call outs and their lead in. In the south side of Watson, near the edge of right on the waterfront, just near the waterfront, there's a bar known as the Afterlife, which plays host to the best and worst Night City has to offer, depending on whom you ask. Um, there are a lot of solos in this bar. It's very well known for solos, and its history is kind of a thing of mythology in Night City. The bar is actually built out of an old mortuary service, a morgue, effectively in the basement. Um, and all throughout the space, you can still see the cadaver boxes with police tags crossing over them. The uh, place is nice enough. It's nothing special, but it's just its storied history that kind of gives it its glamour. A lot of big names of Night City stroll through here, or have strolled through here. Back in olden times, Johnny Silverhand, um, Morgan Blackhand, um, Waylon Boa Boa, Rogue. You name somebody who's worth noting on the streets, and they probably have spent some time here. Um, they offer a lot of services at Afterlife besides just good old fashioned drinks, and we'll get to those here in a moment. Um, Based on the grouping. Oh, hey, 1 second. Fix. Maybe no. Gotta do a little bit of fixing because someone probably had to work. Okay, so anyways, Afterlife. You'll arrive in turn. It's a walk down some steps into the bar space, and I would assume, just based on presumptions, that the punctual individual that arrives first doesn't arrive through the main entrance. You arrive through AV. You land high up in the buildings above the Afterlife. Walk over with your assistant to an old style elevator with the great door. Step inside the space. Despite its look like it's probably should smell of urine, it actually has like a really nice, uh, almost perfumey kind of smell to it. And you descend some 20 or 30 floors um, down into the basement of this space, entering into the bar area. Um, Looks like you can see groups of threes and fours or fives, kind of at specific spots in the bar, just kind of hanging about, talking. You recognize these, edge runner crews. They definitely look like the types. Looks like some of them have guns out on the table and are discussing some plan, strategizing, planning, getting ready to do some odd job here or there. And you see behind the bar a woman. She looks over to you and says, "Well, hey there. You got business?
Indeed I do.
Name's Claire. Can I get you a drink while you wait?"
Glass of wine for me, Nina?
I'm good. I'm on the clock. Nothing's fine. You sure? Yeah. Looking to you, kind of like almost for a second for like, um, you know, some sort of tick or something to kind of signal what she should do, and she just answers in the default of no, thank you. Um,
Yeah. She wouldn't care. She usually drinks a glass of wine anyway, so.
Claire gets you your beverage, and says, "If you don't mind me prying, is there anybody in specific you're here to meet?"
I am, meeting Hungry?
Oh, okay. I don't think he's arrived yet. Um, give him a couple moments. He should be here post haste.
No worries. She'd find, two spots at the bar
Okay.
and says,
Yeah, looks like the only other parties that are kind of at the bar. You see a gentleman kind of just fiddling around with a shot or a kind of old-fashioned glass. Looks like there's something kind of red lining the edges, and based on the contents of the beverage, it looks like it's kind of yellowy. So you don't know exactly what that might be,
Mm.
but it looks like there's a block of ice in there, so it's like a strange old-fashioned of some sort. Um, and the other person who is at the bar at this moment um, is a very large, intimidating man who is kind of wearing almost like a hazmat suit with the hood kind of thrown back and like armor plating on the suit. You can tell like he's holding, cerveza with kind of like a pretty beefy bionic hand that has kind of interspliced throughout it cybernetics. So it's not full Borg or like a full mechanical hand. It looks like it's some combination of the two. Um, they both don't really pay much attention to you or Nina, but you can tell that Nina is kind of like, you know, a bit jittery, more so than she is in her element in the office space.
Yeah.
Now, Hungry, you'd said you'd wanted a driver. Do you arrive here by truck, food truck, or do you have someone pick you up?
I'll text Mooney to see if he can swing by and pick me up on his way.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll let Matt keep the business open, keep that money coming in.
Hell yeah.
He did give a gun and a car response.
Right. Well, that's all he is. And a cool hat. So yeah, he picks you. He picks you up in the Glen. You take a rip ride across the bridge straight over to Afterlife. You are lucky to find parking space right outside of the doors. You step out, and I'm pretty sure Hungry's been here before. Mooney, have you been here before in this game so far, the Afterlife, or no?
No, I don't
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah, it's definitely a different vibe than some of the bars you've kind of passed through.
Yeah, I think the only one he's been to so far was the whatever that one Johan was a fan of.
Dicky Twister. We actually made a joke about
Right,
it.
yeah,
while we
Dickie
were
Twister,
here.
that's the one.
But yeah, you make it down the stairs. Hungry, you see the bouncer kind of give you a nod and quickly says, "Cowboy with you?"
Yeah, he's with me.
All right. Opens the door behind him. You enter into the afterlife, and you see Letty at the bar.
So, I guess since Mooney's on the job, he's gonna kind of take the lead and sort of just scope things out as they walk into the room, and then sort of step aside and let Hungry continue to the bar to take care of business.
Okay.
And Mooney's just gonna like hang back and keep an eye on things.
Just to double make sure, Letty's never met Mooney yet, or have they met?
They have not met.
Okay.
They have
So,
not met.
real quick descriptions. Go ahead and throw them out. Elizabeth, describe your character, and then I'll describe Nina, and then Chad, you can describe Mooney after that.
Cool. She's a brunette, olivey, tan, Italian skin. She's Italian. Very clean cut. Hair is curly, wavy, pulled back right now, and in a very sharp business attire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nina is similarly dressed in a business suit. It looks like she has underneath the business suit, which looks like it's a form of armor jack, is a bodyweight suit. It looks like she has a cyber deck on her arm. It also looks like she has a number of different kind of slots, plugs, setups, and kind of devices all throughout her neck. Her neck entirely is kind of like not really organic neck. And she looks a bit nervous in this space, kind of looking over at the two other people at the bar, then kind of looking over to you with like a look of recognition, Mooney, and then kind of looking to Hungry with like a slight smile or smirk. And then go ahead and describe Mooney.
He is a tall, handsome figure of a cowboy. and he's kind of he's got this like patchwork old leather coat, and he wears spurs for some reason, and has a a very cowboy style hat that's also like a patchwork leather. It looks like it's just very old and it's just been very well maintained over the years.
And then just for John's sake, since he's played with no one, go ahead and describe Hungry real quick.
Hungry is a very large man. He's about 6'5", 6'6", 350 pounds. So he's still slightly obese, but he wears it really well. Looks like he's got some work done under the skin, muscle cybernetics possibly. He's wearing high fashion mixed with urban flash, wearing really nice dress clothes with different logos advertising on the coat that he's wearing, including one for Hungry's food truck. He's wearing way too much jewelry for one man, including a large flashy watch, multiple bracelets on either wrist, multiple gold chains around his neck, including one large gold chain with a diamond bezel cheeseburger as the centerpiece.
You walk up to the bar before you get a chance to kind of say something to Letty. Claire kind of looks over at you and says, "Evening, Hungry." Regina's in the back. She's ready for you, but it looks like you've still got some crew to assemble. Right? Sets a drink.
Around, yeah.
Whatever you drink normally, she would know what it is.
Yeah, still waiting for a few more.
Sounds good. Well, she's already back there with her two, Cam and Gino. So once you get whoever you need to get, I think you got one more guest. You can go. You know the way back to the soundproof.
Yeah, appreciate you. Good to see you, Letty.
It is good to see you as well. How have things been?
Business is good. Things have been going good. You're all clear, by the way, with the gangs. Nobody's looking for you after all the Adams incident.
I am glad that we didn't step on any toes too hard.
Nah, they understand the way things go sometimes. It's not always peaceful, you know.
Indeed. Hungary, this is Nina, my assistant. I hope you don't mind that I brought her.
Hi, I've read a lot about you. Yep.
It's good to meet you. That's a good move on your part. I didn't have a runner lined up for tonight. Probably best if we got somebody watching our six on that front.
Absolutely, and I trust her with everything. Maybe too much sometimes.
Well, that's good enough for me. It's a pleasure to meet you, Nina. I think the last one we're waiting for here is Razor. I invited him along. Help watch your back.
My favorite.
This guy over here,
I point towards Chad.
this is a cowboy. Name's Mooney. Best wheelman in Night City. And he's got a pair of balls on him when he pulls that revolver out.
Hello, Mooney. It is good to meet you, or do you prefer cowboy? Muted. Muted, Chad. Chad,
you're muted. You're talking.
it was great.
muted
Whatever.
again.
It was.
Cowboy. I meant mime.
He says, "Oh well, it's dealer's choice, ma'am." And he tips his hat. He says, "I guess while we're talking, do you mind if I get a drink?"
I do not mind. She takes a
Almost like
for wine.
radar ears. Claire's like talking to someone else, just kind of turns back over. What do you want? Stetson?
What do you recommend? I've never been here before, but I hear they got all kinds of, unique drinks.
You running with Hungry tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds like it's probably going to be a killer deal. All right. Yeah, I'll get you something. And she pulls out a bottle of tequila, a beer, kind of like a light Corona-style beer. Block of ice, chucks it in there. puts a dash of bitters in, pours 2 shots of tequila, fills the rest of the glass up with the beer, sets the beer out next to it, lines the glass with chili powder, slides that out to you. It's called a silver hand. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. And so this is all like one cocktail?
It's like an old fashioned. It's a tequila old fashioned.
Oh yeah, nice. So he like picks it up and he like tips it to her, and then he observes it for a second, and then he just takes a big drink.
Zesty. Got a good kick to it. You've had tequila. You've probably had a Corona.
Right. Yeah, he's looking at it like he's pleasantly surprised.
Yep.
So he like takes a seat at the bar next to on the other side of Hungry.
Razor, you make it to the bouncer, and he kind of puts his hand up, door behind him, and he says, "You got business?"
Yeah, I'm here to meet Hungry.
1 second. Eyes kind of glow red as he touches his ear. Yeah, can you do that for me? Okay. You see Claire kind of like touching her, like holding a phone up to her ear, and then kind of sets that back into one of her pockets on her. She's got like a coverall. Walks back over to Hungry and says, "Hey, guy outside." Pulls the agent up and shows you a picture of him, like that was just taken. He yours?
Yeah, the ninja. That's my guy.
Yeah, go ahead and let him in. The door slides open. Guy goes, "Go on." And Razor, you are allowed access to the afterlife.
Yeah.
Yep. And Claire, seeing you kind of come up, says, "Last year party. Do you want something to drink? You can take it in with you. The sound booth. You can drink there. It's fine. Do you want something?"
Yeah, I'll have whatever, and he'll point to Mooney. I'll have whatever he's having.
All right. Silverhand is put out for you, and she says, "Whenever you're ready to go back, and if you need anything else, get it before you go in."
Yeah, Mooney is like standing by to toast you as soon as you pick up your drink.
I'll post it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Drink.
Inside, Regina Jones, the fixer, has brought Cam and Gino, a dynamic duo, inside of the soundproof booth in the back. She has laid out the details of the matter at hand regarding the cyber psycho, and so the information I'm about to describe will be information that the party will receive once they enter in, but specifically Cam and Gino will have prior. So in the last 3 days, there have been a total of 3 attacks on Edge Runner crews that kind of frequent around the afterlife. The 3 crews were all murdered to the last. The one yesterday, one the day before, and the one the day before that. Monday was the starting of that occasion, today being Thursday. According to what Regina has been able to pull, the first 2 crews were newbies, but this 3rd crew had a pretty decent track record. The Edge Runners all had cyberware, and some of it was fried. Everyone was killed with a bladed weapon, something along the lines of like a sword or a machete. The victims all had firearms, but few shots were fired. The clerk working across the street from the first murder site saw a single figure, all chromed out, running away from the building. That started the rumors that this murderer was a cyber psycho. You've been around the afterlife for a good portion of the evening, so you had drinks there with you, and you've been able to kind of hear some stories from some of the Edge Runners that are present in the afterlife. It sounds like some of them are taking bets as to which crew amongst the crews that are here is going to be the next one to get cut down by this cyber psycho. Some people are calling him Jack the Reaper. Some people are calling him the Reaper of Wayward Souls. Some people are just calling him Reaper, which definitely lines up with stuff that you've been kind of looking towards in the past. The other information that you have There's a visual image of the individual, 2 photos. The first one's blurry, looks like a feminine figure, possibly feminine, and kind of moving away from the scene at a pretty heightened pace. The second photo is a bit better, but it's an overhead shot. And from what you can tell, the individual is wearing a pink jacket, and definitely has a hairstyle that would be a bit more. It's like 2 buns and kind of like a bob kind of cut with the long, like sides. From what you can tell from above. And this is all information that you have available to you. You would know that all 3 of the crews have, besides being murdered in a very similar fashion, one other thing in common. They've all taken jobs from a mid-level fixer in Santo Domingo named Lowball, called such because of his stunning price setup. And you know that Regina has tried to raise him, but has been unable to do so thus far. You all, the other group, step in, and Regina kind of goes through the information with you as you casually kind of sip some drinks. But as you're kind of getting acclimated into the space, and this conversation is kind of flowing out a bit more naturally than me doing the exposition dump, you would see the other 2 individuals. Zach, John, do you have a good idea of what Zach's character looks like? Because everyone, oh no, Chad has it. Never mind. Zach, go ahead and describe your character, and then John, go ahead and describe yours.
Sure. Cam is a younger, bigger guy, kind of a brick sort of built human. Very plain features. You'll notice he does have a cybernetic eye and a cybernetic arm and hand. So a decent amount of chrome. Usually has a large overcoat on with some News 54 gear, like a News 54 vest or like light armor jack on, and also carries a like messenger bag type satchel.
Interesting.
He doesn't look like he looks like the kind of dude who like does more rigging and like stagehand work than you would think of. Like he's built. He's a big dude.
And John, describe Gino.
So Louis Gino is he's a little bit smaller, but he's 6 feet. Don't let anybody tell you any different. He's kind of chills. He kind of gives everybody a little bit of a Zoolander face. You know what I mean? But he's got cyber eye, cyber arm on his right hand or right arm. What I probably wouldn't be wearing police vest right now.
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, he's
So
wearing.
wait, is this man a cop?
He has a police vest on, NCPD police vest.
Okay.
And
Yeah, he comes in and Mooney's immediately like wherever he's sitting, I want to sit the opposite of that.
Okay. Anything else, Sean?
Yeah, he's just wearing Bohemian wear under that.
Cool.
Very lax.
And then I didn't give Brent an opportunity. Again, Brent's been in so many games, I just assume everybody knows Razor. Tease him. Go ahead and describe Razor for us real quick.
He's about 6 feet tall. He's built, but he's still like slender, you know? Like he's not like big muscle man. He's kind of skinny muscle man. And he's always carrying his katana and his sniper, unless they took him away at the bar.
Afterlife doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, I'm making sure. And he's wearing like the only like nice thing he has is like a kind of nice looking hoodie on, but he's got like, you know, jogging pants and like a little bit of a rip shirt you can see underneath of the hoodie, and he's got like 2 nose rings in his right nose that are like really red, and they look like they're older style. And he's got like really long purple hair, and he's got 2 cyber eyes.
All right. Regina is, just a normal ass looking woman, except for the eye patch. She's wearing a bulletproof vest, jeans. She's kind of sitting towards the back of the soundproof, and she looks at everybody, and it's almost like a cold read. She immediately kind of senses the tension between Mooney and the lawman, and she says, "You a cyber psycho?" Just directly looking at Mooney.
He does not have like a speck of chrome on him.
No, she asked you the question just straight across the floor. That she looks.
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Then don't worry about him. He's fine. He doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck unless you all chrome the fuck out. You fucking feel me?
Not important.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, don't forget. Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Sorry, it's a force of habit.
More than
Yeah,
fair.
dude, we ain't got time for like low level petty shit that you're fucking doing. You know, it doesn't
do?
like for fucking good TV anymore. That shit is like so old fucking school. You feel me?
Gina does like a pat on Cam's shoulder, and Gina's shoulder is like, "What? You think? What? He killed somebody? Would you fucking kill somebody?
Yeah, well, we big deals, dude. Yeah, we don't. We only worry about the big stuff.
Who in here hasn't killed somebody? Am I right?"
Huh? Too many. Don't worry about it.
Goes through the spiel, and after finishing up, she says, I know there's a bit of, vaguity here. We're trying to find out where Lowball might be able to give us a connection here. I don't have any evidence these crews were out on a job for Lowball, but he won't take my calls. Bit suspicious. Something's off. I do have another lead, though. Made a list of crews Lowball works with. There's only 2 left. One specializes in transport and delivery via air. Word around the afterlife is that the other group, led by a solo named Hard Hat, has gone aground in a warehouse not too far from that last strike out in Sandom. And she kind of points at one of the pieces of paper that she's kind of left out there. There's like some photos and such, but you'd see that there's a map of Night City, Santo Domingo, and you should be able to see it on your map here. There's like a red marker over in Santo Domingo.
That's where Hard Hat and his crew is.
About there, yeah. The small little tent city that's kind of built up on an old warehouse structure. I think he's probably hiding out in there. So I'd say go over and see what's what. However you like. You can take your time. If worst comes to worst, I've got eyes on who I can have eyes on. So if something comes up with this Jack the Ripper or Jack the Reaper lady, should be able to track her a bit quicker if she pops her head up. And I have been able to pull some currency, bit of wealth. She eyes go orange for a second, and you see that there's a deposit in your account, Hungry, for 3,000. It's not much. It won't spread too well. I understand that, but if you can get me the Cyber Psycho lady, this Reaper individual, without icing her, I'll throw an additional triple your way. So that'd be 9,000 on top of what you just got.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a pretty high-risk job here. I've assembled some of the best I know around town. And I know Cam's pretty handy with that pistol of his, too. You're talking paying 7 heads out of 3 grand.
You're not paying him. You're not paying
legs.
him. She gestures over to Cam. She gestures over to Gino. You got your responsibilities on that side of the table.
Yeah, just your folks.
Gino gets paid by Night Corp, and Cam here gets paid here by News 54. We got no problems.
I mean, I thought we was operating on the same level of mutual respect.
Oh, they're yours. Like you can run them. You can run them as hard as you want, Hungry. But I'm just saying.
Boy, I take orders well, sir.
I'm saying 12,000 for your crew.
That's my boy.
You and your 3.
If we can take the cyber psycho alive,
Yep.
that's a big ask.
You're not wrong. It's what I've been able to muster. If I throw in... Kind of looks over at Letty. Kind of does it like a double take again. Wait, what the fuck does she do? What the fuck does she... And Nina was not singled out. But
Nina looks like she's a net runner, probably.
yeah.
Letty's just like, I push papers and tell people what to do.
Oh, yo! I can vouch for this one. Hold up. Pulls out laptop and pulls up footage of the fight where you're like using your gun and defending yourself. She fine. Don't you worry about her. She looked pretty, but she fine. She fucking fine. We're good.
Let me see that.
Regina kind of...
Oh, shit.
As Gino and Regina are kind of watching. Bit of a scrapper over there, but I can tell most of that's probably taught in fancy prep school.
I teach that in prep school. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's wrong, but it did teach me how to defend myself, and that is good enough.
What I'm getting at is you're probably not here for the cheddar, am I right?
Right, I am on the clock.
We are in a soundproof too. If you want to say anything, that might go against some sort of NDA or whatever, no one's gonna hear it. Except the people who are inside. Cam's not recording.
That shit don't work in here.
That shit don't work in here.
That is fair. Kind of glances at Nina. We just mainly want to keep an eye on the Reaper situation. It has been an issue for us at Biotechnica, and we want to make sure that our company is protected.
I didn't really go through Cam's reporter footage from the last Reaper sighting, but pretty sure this is a separate entity. Just unfortunate naming convention. Reaper's a pretty cold-blooded, chill-ass name to name somebody.
Could
Not-
be.
Not
Could
only
not
is
be.
she real handy with that rifle she carries, but if it is in fact connected, she's got information that we might need going up against it.
Yeah, and I'm saying, as long as we're in the soundproof, maybe we just start putting shit out on the table before we start asking for more cheddar. What do you think, Hungry?
I think you asked me to do a job and assemble a team, and like I said, I've assembled the best for this particular job.
You sure did. And I like them. I like all of them. I don't know them. Haven't seen them around here. So saying that the best is kind of a hard ask for me to believe. What do you think, Gino? What do you think of the cowboy over there? He look hard to you?
Yeah, he seems a little skittish, but we'll see what we can do with him, huh?
Yeah, he's just afraid of a fucking cop. Who here hasn't killed a cop? Am I right? Like, what's it, Gino?
I mean, I've killed a cop or two. Jesus.
For fuck's sake, everybody here's killed a cop.
God
Some
dang.
dickhead's trying to make quota by pulling people over for no bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie, those are the best fucking rated episodes we got, are the ones where you fucking die.
Yeah.
We gotta drag you back to the clinic and bring you the fuck back.
Yeah, all right.
Sharp pain because Gino was out last time. Just got over that.
Hey, let's calm down with that, huh? Hey.
Regina kind
The
of
kids love it.
smiling as the two kind of finish their banter, looks back at Hungry and says, I know you got a wheel, I know you got a deal, and I know you got your people here looking at you, so they're expecting you to give them the best that they can get. And that's fine. We'll up it to 15. Half up front, half on completion.
I appreciate that. We'll get it done.
All right. They don't prove to be the best, though. I mean, I don't really have to pay that second half if you fail. So, anyways, the other caveat I want to make sure you're aware of, and it seems like you're not, too this is going to be a problem for you. We've already done it, but Cam will be recording the entire time.
Yeah, Hogwatch, baby.
That's fine. I'm gonna
Alright.
need one of the rings around my head. Make
Oh
sure
yeah,
my
I fucking
face
got you,
is,
bud. I got you. I brought fucking all of them. Don't you worry.
I don't need nobody extra getting into my business.
You'd have a total
Eh.
of 3.
Yeah. Razor wants one again. I'm assuming.
I didn't have one
Or
last
no,
time.
you didn't have one last time. It was
No.
Reggie. Does Mooney want one?
He thinks about it for a second. And he says, "Fuck it. If you get me on camera, I want everybody to know who the best driver in Night City is."
Hell yeah, brother. That's how you
Yeah.
raise that rep.
That's respect there.
You just stepped up a notch in our sides, guys. So good job on that. Gestures to Hungry. I mean, we did what we could in editing with what the footage we got. We haven't put that to press yet, but you're kind of a hard person to hide, wreath or not. Just saying. Got a very particular style.
Plausible deniability. No face, no case.
All right.
You want to borrow my coat?
Nah. I'll
Wouldn't
keep
fit.
advertising the food truck.
Wouldn't fit. Who says I don't got a guy that's just like me doing jobs? Fuck you, get out of here. That ain't me.
Evil twin.
So wreath over to Hungry. Letty, you want to wreath? This
No.
basically the device will just kind of blind you from Cam's footage, or
Yeah,
not blind
no,
you,
she
but
didn't-
obscure you.
Yeah, she didn't have one last time. She won't have one this time either.
PR, good to go. All right. Okay, well, up to it. And best of luck. She very quickly makes the difference. So again, that'd be 7,500 up front, 7,500 after.
I do appreciate that. What do you know about this hard hat guy?
He's a dickhead.
So if we come around trying to ask questions,
He's in lockdown mode. He's pretty paranoid right now, so might be a little bit difficult. I want to go in safe or go in guns blazing, letting him know you're there. Cancel his crew and talk to him face to face. I don't think most of his actual crew are there with him. Probably just some goons that he's picked up or might be hiding behind some street gang or something.
He sounds like a coward.
Oh, for
So we
sure.
gotta shake this guy down and see what he knows.
That's it.
So there are two different crews that Lowball worked with. There's the crew that transfers good by air, probably like smuggling and shit like that. And then there's this other crew that's led by this guy Hard Hat that
Yep.
we know the location of, right?
That's right.
what do we know about this first crew, the smugglers?
Well, they're going to be very hard for someone who's trying to cut people up to get a hold of. From what I understand, they got themselves a paradigm and kind of keep it moving as best they can. Probably a non-starter, but I'll send their details over for you. No problem. And she flips the deets. Add a character note. It's a dead lead. If you want to explore it, you can.
I'm gonna do it just to fuck with you.
All right. That's fine. You know, in the
Nah, it's all good. I got you.
I will say in the 15 seconds that it took me to say it's a dead lead, probably not worth following up. I came up with 5 names, and I also have an idea of where you're going to meet them. So if you did want to fuck with me, I'm ready.
Prepared.
I have no doubt.
Not prepared. I just made that shit up just now.
Instantly prepared.
Yeah.
On demand.
Anywho.
Like an
We'll stick
AI.
with the Hard Hat lead.
Okay.
And from what I understand, we're interrogating Hard Hat and his gang, trying to figure out what's going on with Lowball because he's MIA.
Right.
And Lowball potentially has a connect with this Reaper person.
Well, everybody who's died so far has been a person who's worked for Lowball. So it might be a job that he is giving to people that's causing them to get zeroed.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. All right.
Well, I guess we're just about ready to roll out then.
Sounds like they're working their way up the food chain. Whoever
Yeah.
this Chrome Dome fucker is.
Well, I guess that makes us the apex predators.
And it does.
Regina looks down at her watch. I only got the room for a little bit longer. I'm going to get moving. It sounds like you've got a bit of work to do. Stick around. Maybe start it tomorrow or start it ASAP, whatever you prefer. I will see you looking over at Gina when you get home. And everybody else, I'm going. She gets up, heads out.
I would also get up and head out.
All right.
Mooney like slams the rest of his drink, gets up and follows Hungry out to the car.
On my way out, I'd like to lean over the bar towards Claire.
Well, before you get there, as you're opening the door to come back out into the main space, the doors on the other side is being opened, and you see it's the bouncer, and he's like, huh, always on time. Nods his head and turns and walks back towards the front, like he was coming to come tell you to get the fuck out of the soundproof. You head on over to Claire. What do you say to her? She says, "You want something to go?"
5,000 on my cruiser on this cyber psycho.
You want to know about him?
Nah, I want to I want in on the bet.
Oh shit!
I'm
Okay.
sure there's plenty out there that got Hungry's crew up next to go down.
Yeah. Looks like they currently have it set towards gestures over to a crew of looks like 3. It's a large dude. Hold on. My computer is being difficult. My preparedness. A large dude with like kind of reddish hair, like a mop of reddish hair. There's a woman with like a mempo over her face with like bright kind of like teeth and it's kind of gold plated and bright red Arasaka cyber eyes kind of settled into her eye sockets. And then the third one. The third one. Thank you, computer. The third one is she's got like a flak vest on, kind of like a military crop haircut. Latina. She doesn't have tattoos on her like a Valentino might, but she definitely looks like she scraps, probably scraps hard. You've ever seen the movie Aliens? Like, imagine a cyberpunk Vasquez.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And Claire says, yeah, they call themselves the Young Guns, and they have done work for certain parties. Doesn't say anything out loud. So those who've kind of put 2 and 2 together are figuring that they're probably next on the target list.
What's the payout if I bet on me icing this fucking guy tonight? A girl, whatever it is.
Well, if they get got, payout would be 5 times, looks like.
Yeah, 5,000 on that.
All right. I'll set it aside.
Send it over.
All right. Smiles. Well, anything else to drink? Are you heading out?
Business.
All right. So Nina would kind of like, as you're walking, Letty kind of say, the AV's already made it back to Biotechnica. We don't have any funding for this task, so whatever you got out of pocket, that'd be fine. I won't be able to provide any transportation, but I hope they will. Looking over at Mooney and the cop, and then kind of looking at you nervously. It seems like she's just trying to be office secretary, and you're just kind of like,
I'm rolling. I can trust them. do not worry, Nina. I'm sure these gentlemen will be gentlemen.
Okay. Yeah.
Goes to Mooney. I hope, since we are helping, that you do not mind saving a seat for my friend and I.
I'm sorry. A seat. What in the car?
Yes. Do you have
Oh
space?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got all kinds of room back there.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just yeah. I mean, are we heading out? I got a few
I
ideas about some things I might need to go pick up if we're gonna go hunting down this well, big metal monster.
whatever you need to pick up, I think that is perfectly fine. Nina, do you need anything for the mission?
Well, no, I'm good. And she kind of like taps her hip and then kind of nods. She does have a small pistol kind of at her hip, and she's armor jacked.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Then we are ready to go when you are.
Mooney indicates his pistol and he says, "Hey, we match."
Oh no, not even close. She's got a medium pistol. Yeah, it looks like a Militech Avenger, which is very standard, just pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
She's
so
an office worker.
we fucking riding with you fucking guys? You need me to take my fucking van? What's the deal, big guy? I see there's no we not taking the food truck. I'm assuming Cowboy's driving, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys driving.
How many seats does my car have?
Kind of car did you drive out?
Yeah, Mooney would have probably picked up Hungry driving his car. His
So
Mad Max monstrosity.
Pretty standard sedan style kind of vehicle. Then it's got a back seat that's a bit cramped, and that front bucket seat. So 4, you could probably fit 4 in there, cramped.
Can fit 4.
Total?
I know.
Yes.
The van could fit 20 if
Comfortably.
you stack them right.
Yeah, if you stack them right.
Standing room only.
Yeah, we'll need
That
you
seems to
drive.
imply that implies that they'd be dead.
We heading right out?
Yeah, and whatever
So we're gonna
stops
need
you
to take-
feel like you gotta make on the way, we can make them. We gotta cut through town anyway.
Yeah, I could have taken the van, but we can also take 2 vehicles.
Or just take the
one of
van.
them has to be a
Just
van.
take my van,
Yeah.
not yours. My van. I have my
Okay.
van. We
Do-
just
do you
leave
want-
your car. I hand you my keys. You fucking drive. I'm not on the fucking insurance. I don't fucking give a shit. Fucking crash the thing in the fucking wall. You think I give a fucking shit? If it pays out on the ad revenue, who cares?
If it looks
Crash
dope,
it
I
All
get it.
right.
Time, huh? Crash it every single time, huh?
Like,
yeah,
the only thing I
think
like
of how
better
much
than
fucking
driving my
cooler it'll
car
be when I shoot the fucking footage from the fucking backseat this time.
Right.
You know, I go through the
Yeah.
fucking windshield. It'll be so fucking cool. It'll be like one of them old school Sam Raimi shots, but like with my fucking
Oh.
face.
Ooh.
This whole time, he's just holding the keys out towards Mooney, who's still like, what?
Just
Yeah, he was in the process of like reaching out to grab them and just got like sort of enraptured by this monologue.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah," and then he takes the keys, and he'll make sure his vehicle is locked. Could someone keep an eye on that for him, or could he have somebody come pick it up?
Absolutely. Yeah, Jumbo will come get it.
Sweet. Yeah, the Mooney will totally drive the fucking van.
Or
Everybody in the van.
Or you could leave it, like, because I mean, the parking space, it's yours. They're not going to tow it or anything. You can just leave it here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as long as no one fucks with my baby.
They might, but I mean, it is kind of a piece of shit, so they probably won't.
Okay. Good.
It looks like a piece of shit. You know it's
Yeah,
not.
I know. That's a defense feature. It's a deterrent.
Okay. So
Fair
you
enough.
head over to the N54 van. You open up the back. Anything that you do before you like start shuffling people in there?
Oh, I
Mooney would
imagine
get-
there's like wrappers all over the back seat. It's like atrocious. There are two people who have not eaten a single thing that didn't come out of a plastic wrapper in like the last 2 months. And so you just see him like open the door completely forgetting what it looks like and go like he's shoving things
the
underneath
nuts?
the seats, and so like there's just the two front seats, so he's just like shoving this big pile of wrappers as far underneath the front as he can.
Here, Cam, let me help you with that, huh? Pushing all the shit on there.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just don't sit on the floor too fucking much, huh?
The backspace does have kind of like small benches that kind of drop down with like kind of simple seat belting, and probably some maneuvering of some equipment as well, kind of putting it up on shelves as you kind of shuffle everybody into the vehicle. So there's enough seating up front. I assume the van's kind of got like, that kind of just one kind of van style seat. So probably 3 could sit up front if you wanted to, and you could fit like 6 sitting in the back, no problem. So if it's your call, however you want to put people in the box. And while that's happening, do me a favor, Joe, and can you go to your gamble skill and throw that for me real quick?
Hell yeah. What is it under? Just a
It should be. I want to say.
social?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't see it in social.
Education, maybe. I'm trying to pull
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
education.
it's education.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. If you got 3 boxes to cross, it's the 4th one down on the first row.
All right, I see it. I'm gonna spend 4 luck on this.
Okay. So, yeah, you make the bet that you made. She would tell you that the maximum bet is 500 eddies, though. So, yeah.
Whack! You saw my.
No, I actually was looking at my notes here in the this portion, and before leaving the afterlife, the crew can check in with the bookies, taking bets on this whole mess. They can bet on how many additional crews the Cybercycle will slaughter before they either stop or are killed, and must choose a number between 0 and 10. The presumption is you chose 1, based on what you chose there, and max bet 500.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty solid bet, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, well, before I was looking at like if we take the Cybercycle alive, I'm getting paid 7,500 from Regina. But if we just kill it, then I'm getting paid
Right.
25,000.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah.
Valid.
But it would only be 2,500. I got you.
And yeah, worst case
Shit, I'll
scenario.
take a
I'm
piece
gonna add
of that.
those eddies back to my character sheet.
Yeah. Yes, you may. And
Can I throw in on that pot?
I would have said, since that didn't come up naturally at the point of contact, no.
Okay.
We're gonna move because again, sorry, I was retconning the bet because again,
Oh, I got you.
I had rules for it set aside.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, gotta keep myself consistent.
So yeah, when everybody climbs in the van, Mooney like takes a second and kind of like adjusts his seat and adjusts the mirrors, and then he like tests the headlights, and he says, "All right, she'll do."
Yeah, so the mirrors would be not traditional. They're actually camera setups, and in front of you on your display, you got your normal kind of speedometer, gas gauge, all that. But on the left side and the right side of that are 2 screens. One with the left side rear view, one with the right side rear view, and then directly in front of you, kind of on the window in front of you, is another screen at the top, which is the rear view, which is actually a camera that's out of the back of the vehicle.
Nice.
Helps
Nice.
with parking.
Yeah, there are no
Yeah, I can.
there are no windows in the back of the truck. Like,
Yeah, but the back opens up.
yeah, it does.
So the back opens up and it has a sliding door.
No sliding door.
Just
It's
Just the back.
suicide door / it's like the hybrid. It's like the double door. You know,
Okay.
like some minivans or like larger like passenger vans will have like 2 doors that open up and kind of, you know, it's not a slider. It's a secure door.
yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah, and Gino would know that that door there, the suicide side, has a mount for larger weaponry like assault rifle or anything that would have a grip stock. You can slide the grip stock into the mount and get a firing platform from the door.
Nice.
Camera.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sick.
Get some awesome shots.
Yeah, that's
All right, so where are we headed? Mooney personally would like to go shopping for some like heavier weaponry.
So short notice, that's probably not going to be super much of an option.
Okay, as long as we can get that taken care of before we have to get our hands too dirty.
If you start,
I forgot. I do have a gift for you, by the way. I was meaning to hand this to you before we got here. I forgot.
And I'll give him the tech pistol that we got last session with the 5 clips of ammo. I don't know if
that was taken by Guinea, who sold it to Mortar.
okay.
If you're talking about, you're talking, the tech pistol. No. Yeah, different. Sorry. Okay, cool.
I don't really know if that's like anything that you were looking for, but it's a pistol. Here you go.
Oh, definitely. Like another handgun's always nice.
The Arasaka JKE X2 Kenshin.
And I can have one in each hand.
It's a medium pistol, and you can charge it. So as an action, you can charge up the weapon with the alternate fire mode, and then fire it on your next turn. If you do, it does 46 damage and ignores half the defender's armor. And you would actually notice that the pistol that Nina is armed with is an Arasaka JKE X2 Kenshin as well.
Nice. So now,
now you are matching.
Now we really are twins.
Nina kind of, like just flabbergasted by it.
Now we are twins.
Well,
I do not have access to the compendium.
It's not in the compendium.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you a medium pistol here in a second, but stat-wise, it's identical. It just has the charge-up feature, which is in the notifications. I will.
Okay.
You should be able to find it.
And so I can't use that while I'm like using another pistol.
You can.
Charging up that one in one hand and shooting with the other.
Yeah. So charge up would be a rate of fire, no, sorry, you couldn't fire both. Sorry, it's not a rate of fire situation. It is an action to charge it up. But when it comes time to shoot it during your next turn, the weapon has a rate of fire of 2. So you can fire it twice during that turn for that additional damage.
Oh, nice.
So 2 shots for 46. That's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Does it have that has to be at the same target though, right?
Correct. Well, no, rate of fire 2, so it can be fired at multiple targets.
Okay.
Can I hold that charge?
No, it needs to be dispensed. So if you charge up and then your next turn you don't fire, and you can't charge again if it's already charged.
I got you. Okay.
It's effectively a small railgun that you're using.
That's totally fine. I just want to know how I can
use it.
Still so mad. I didn't effectively get to use that rail gun that much.
It's alright, we'll find you another one.
Not for this character.
I don't need it. That character's dead.
Okay, so you make your way. Is there anything that you want to stop, pick up? Anything that you want to kind of do?
If he's wanting, I think I still have that light machine gun from the whatchamacallit guys.
Probably not on you.
No, it's at the house. I don't know if we're going near my house or not. If Moody's wanting, Mooney was wanting like a bigger gun like that, or if he just wants to use the pistols. I actually never mind. I got no ammo, so.
Yeah, he's better with pistols.
Yeah, I don't have no ammo for it anyway.
Yeah, his highest skills are drive car and fix car.
Nice.
And then his third highest skill is shoot pistol.
All good things.
Fair enough.
So I currently have the ammunition listed as basic, but the actual truth of the matter is the 5 rounds of ammunition that you're given are a special type of ammo that's not in the core rulebook called tech ammo.
5 clips.
5 clips, right?
5 rounds.
Sorry, my brain dumb. So it should
good.
be
Big difference.
yeah, huge difference. It's like a total of 60 versus 5, 12 rounds per clip. So yeah, the special ammunition will not be interchangeable with other types of ammunition. It'll be tech only, so you'll need to get that specially purchased.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I think that should last me a little while.
But you should be
If you
able
ever need
to.
more, I can get you a good deal on them.
Oh wow. Oh wow, this is thank you, boss. This is incredible. That's yeah, you need anything. You need anything at all. Old Mooney will get you there.
To get you on track with the akimbo, though, it did sound like you were trying to get an idea of how that'll work for you. You got a very heavy pistol, which is a rate of fire 1, and now you have a medium pistol, which is a rate of fire 2. If you pull them both out and you're doing like the, guns at noon kind of, high noon situation, pow, 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 you can fire the very heavy pistol once, and then you can fire the medium pistol once, because the rate of fire of the medium pistol is 2. Rate of fire is 1 on that, so it's a maximum of 2 for the pistol, maximum of 1 for the very heavy.
Nice.
But yeah,
it's like having 2 attacks and using 1 attack to attack with a different weapon.
Yeah, the pistol could attack twice, but you could also, but the smaller pistol can attack twice, but you could use one of its attacks to instead use the 1 attack for the big pistol.
Nice.
They're both one-handed. Okay.
Yeah, that could definitely come in handy. I'm Arasaka JKEX2 Kenshin.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
And if you Google that, you should be able to find a picture of what it looks like, because it's from 2077. Okay, cool. Any other things besides that you want to try and exchange? Do you want to try and contact anybody to get any assistance, weapon-wise, in such short notice? Or do you want to just roll with what you got?
I mean, I think for what we're about to embark on, like our initial goal, like, we're fine. We can roll as is.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to be. Mooney's main concern is like the big metal monster at the end of this particular rainbow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you make your way into Santo Domingo, and you head over to the space. I'm assuming you're going to do a drive-by just to kind of like get an idea of what we're looking at space-wise, right?
Yeah, Mooney is happy to do as much driving as is required.
Okay. So you would see that there are a couple of kind of higher up roads that kind of run over the space. It looks like it's probably about, say, maybe 80, 100 meters across this kind of flat concrete slab. You can see that there are some kind of blocks. Here, I'll just move you onto the map and I'll tell you what's happening. So you can see that, like, from the road, which would be like the right side, there's, a couple of points where you can drive up and park. Looks like it's a number of buildings that have been kind of built makeshift on top of this space. And it looks like the concrete slab has a drive that goes into it on the north side there. And it looks like it goes into a subterranean warehouse. It's kind of settled underneath this large concrete sheet, for lack of a better term. And a series of tent homes have been kind of built out over top. Small little, spaces, like you can see sleeping bags. Not really much in the way of coverings. Just looks like a bunch of piles of clothing and such, all kind of surrounded by these weirder looking buildings. Some of them with actual wood, like constructed roofs and structures, probably taken from like old furniture from the junkyard, which is just south of here. It definitely looks like it is just a very disaffected neighborhood. Quite a few people roaming around in this space, to be sure. And some of them look like they kind of are wearing similar attire as you kind of pass by. Like they might be part of some sort of crew or gang.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question was going to be if any of them looked like they sort of had some sort of informal uniform or like gang markings, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do we know?
If you want to try and identify them, you can attempt to make a local night city, which is under education, I believe.
Yeah, it's not Mooney's area of expertise. You don't know shit about the city.
Could I ID them?
You can try it.
What do you
Got
want
a
to roll?
DV of 13.
And I'm rolling what?
Local night city.
Oh my god, where's that?
Education. Down at the bottom there.
It's okay if Gino does that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You don't think there's a
What
gang
the
here?
hell?
Yeah, neither of you think
Twice.
there's a gang here.
Twice, my bad.
Yeah, you did it horribly twice.
That's awesome.
It's fucking funny to me. So that was a total of 3 fumbles and only 2 actual requested rolls. Get them out now, I guess.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you don't recognize there being a gang present. Maybe just a similar outfit because maybe they found just like, similar clothes. The clothes they're wearing are kind of the group that look like they're kind of similar. It almost looks like they're kind of in kind of like black long coats, and they have like strange collars that if anybody here is like familiar with like older religions, it looks like kind of like a Catholic tunic, like or not neck bit.
The white and the
Yeah. I don't know what that's called.
preachers, whatever.
So what are these? A bunch of? Is this like a poser gang?
Don't know. But they don't, again, you don't recognize them as a poser gang. It just looks like they're all wearing the same kind of outfit, which,
They could all be priests.
yeah.
That is
Bunch
true.
of fucking ragtag nobodies.
Yeah, man, we could always go talk to him, huh?
You know that they're in the warehouse, the hard hat and his crew. And you would see that the only entrance that you can see that would go into that space is a very blocked off drive entry. Look like there are some steps that lead down to that space to enter it. Whether there are another entry, you don't know for certain. You can certainly scope it out if you'd like further. Just let me know what you're doing.
So, I'm sorry. Does the warehouse like take up like a whole block?
The warehouse is underneath the slab.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So the entrance is up here, right?
Yeah, and it goes down underground.
And then you'd basically have to get up on the slab and then go down these steps if we were going without the
Right, because if you look at
vehicle.
the drive, not only is there like a
I
bunch
see
of
what's going on
stone
here.
barricades kind of like maybe 4 or 5 meters off map, there's also no fucking road because it's completely obliterated. Looks like a sinkhole.
Gotcha.
Hmm. So, what we are going to have to abandon the vehicle and go down there.
You can park. There's a parking space up to the north there. On the right side.
What, right here?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I had glorious visions of just like driving my car through somebody's front door. It's gonna
Not
happen.
not
eventually.
this session, Chad.
Yeah,
Or
not
yet
not
this
this
session.
time.
Not yet. Give it half an hour. We'll see where the
Uh,
story goes.
Yeah, it's not like it's your van.
Right? I'll give a fuck.
Yeah. So park the van, everybody out. Mooney says, "You mind if I hold on to these?" And he's like talking about the keys.
Oh yeah, no, fucking best you have them. What am I gonna do with them? Figure myself with them. Fuck.
Thanks. And then he just like puts them in his pocket, and he looks around and he's kind of like covering his nose, and then he pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking it while he's kind of like taking in the scenery.
Yeah, if you're from outside of the city, it definitely has a smell to it. Letty, you probably are kind of not terribly used to this, but it's kind of like those odd corners of the corporate center that you are aware of and sometimes drift, upwind.
Especially in the summer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you've been You've been in a city.
Yeah.
Um,
There are parts of cities that it just smells like fermenting pigeon
It's
poop and other kind of poop.
it can get pretty bad for sure. But yeah, this is definitely a space that has a smell to it. Of people living close together and doing what they can. But that said, you all kind of shuffle out of the vehicle after parking.
Listen,
As we're all gathering outside of the vehicle.
they're gonna want us to disarm ourselves before we meet this guy. We're not disarming ourselves. I just want that to be clear. If I can't talk us into there with our weapons, we're going in with our weapons out.
Or
Well,
scream.
does this mean you want me to bring the big gun, boss? And he like reaches for his assault rifle. He says, or is this going to be more up close? And he like picks up a crowbar.
Bring all of it.
You got it. He like just packs it all
Yes
on.
and yes.
He like grabs like his tool bag and throws that on too. It's like all his shit is now on him.
We love to see
Is
it.
is our NPC Netrunner also coming?
So Nina is, getting out of the vehicle with Letty. It definitely.
Okay, I didn't know if you had like a token that we would see, or if
Oh
she's
no,
just,
yeah, I
generally next to Letty.
I do somewhere. And I'm getting it.
Gotcha. Now I just want to know, like, for position's sake, that way,
Absolutely.
if like something needed that we needed to protect the Netrunner, I knew where to stand.
I found her. Cool. So, she, when she gets out, seeing everybody kind of like, doing all their stuff, very just, almost as if she's going through the training, pulls the pistol out, pulls the slide back, examines it, slides it back forward, chambering the first of the weapons, braille weaponry, and kind of nods to Letty. She appears to have her hand on the piece, and she kind of looks down at her wrist. You see her eyes kind of flare orange for a second, and she starts looking around. Then she looks back at you, Letty, and says, "No, Netas. Doesn't look like there's any kind of protection cyber-wise. Should be good." And then kind of drops her hands down, holding the piece kind of just in front of her pelvis.
That is good. I suppose we are ready to go in then.
I would like to conceal my handguns.
She's just holding hers.
Netrunners are ready to go.
He said,
Yeah, that's fair. Like Mooney doesn't have his out. Wait, does she have hers out?
"Yeah, she's holding
Yeah,
it. She's
she's
got
Okay,
it
so that's
in
how
a."
this is gonna go.
Well, no,
Okay.
not.
Well, I can't like.
Yeah,
You can't see it on screen. She's.
I mean, Gino.
Okay,
Gino
yeah,
have
and he'll.
Hold on, jump.
Rifle on a. Sorry.
You pull out the air. Go ahead. I was wanting you to keep talking.
I'd have my assault rifle out and a one point sling
Okay.
right in front of it.
Yeah, if everybody's got their guns out, then Mooney's gonna have his
Yeah.
pistol out.
It's Night City.
Typical cop demeanor.
Okay.
Typical, okay. So, yeah, that's who's leading the way here.
I'll take point.
As you kind of make your way,
like right next to you.
as you kind of make your way over to here, guy up top, on the steps here, kind of looks down at you, and you see him kind of make a gesture, which street slang wise you kind of recognize. There's no way kind of like up that way. It's kind of like a
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to do that.
no worries. Bit of an elevation. So yeah, you see the guy up top on the steps, kind of up on that building, kind of like do a street slang signal, and he's one of the preacher folk. You see this other guy kind of pop out, kind of walk over to you. He priest garb, kind of like long black coat, and as he's kind of walking towards you, kind of pushes his coat back, revealing that he has two very large handguns, kind of like in kind of old style, like holsters, and like a bandolier, like around his like a belt with like the bullet belts. And the pistols look like they're kind of old timey, like revolvers. And as he kind of sees you approaching, he says, "Well, howdy. What brings you out here?"
Did I understand the street slang?
Yeah, it was an alarm signal, basically noting that someone's intruding.
I would reach into my coat pocket slowly and pull out
And he
a
kind of
cigar.
places his hands on his pistol grips as you're doing it, and then as he sees the cigar come up, kind of loosens up a bit. So,
I'd light the cigar,
what brings you around these parts?
put my hands in my pockets.
I'm hungry. I'm here to see Hard Hat. I got a business proposal for him.
Can't say I've ever heard of him, but you know, I could pray about it and maybe find out if I can find out anything from the Lord our God regarding your friend Hard Hat. See if he's anywhere with the good Lord's eyes can't see. Simple donation, 200 eddies, and I'll make that prayer and see if we can't get some divine eyes on your friend.
I'm a praying man myself, and I got no problems paying tithes to the good Lord.
Well, I appreciate that. And all the reckoners here appreciate that. We love to hear it.
I would send him 400 eddies.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Hungry man. Well, your friend Hard Hat is around. Downstairs in the warehouse. Hiding. We were expected to protect him, but I'm assuming you're coming here not to, well, he said something about some sort of Night City slasher. You and your crew
That's
don't-
not us. We're looking for that guy, or girl, whichever it might be. I just got a couple of questions for him. Might help us find him.
Well, I'm not going to tell him anything about you coming in because he'd be really salty with me. So you go ahead and make your way on in, and you'll have to work out your negotiations with him direct. But
All right.
we aren't going to fuck with you.
This entire crew's coming in with me.
Oh, yeah. More than enough cash came my way for me to look another way. In fact,
Oh, praise the Lord.
indeed, it's time for us to get to praying. And you see him kind of walking, and you know down the street there was a bar that you kind of passed by, just like a a dive bar, and him and like maybe 10 other guys start heading that direction, just like
Before
fucking leaving
he
the shanty.
turns and leaves the conversation,
Oh yeah.
Mooney says, "How much you want for those guns?"
Not for sale.
Oh, really?
Sorry, poser.
How about a trade?
No thanks.
Okay.
He kind of pulls one out real quick, and just pointing up in the air, and he says, "That's a Colt single action army. Finest pistol ever made. It takes me hours just to make these special bullets. And I do it studiously because I know that this gun here is the most perfect thing that man ever created, and it's being wielded by the most perfect thing God ever created." Spins the gun and then throws it back into the holster.
Lenny
then-
spits on the ground at his blasphemy.
And Gino would definitely laugh at that.
He heads on his way with his crew.
All right, buddy. All right.
Doesn't seem to take any chagrin to your attempts at sideways insults. And you are allowed access to the steps down into the warehouse.
I hate with that old shit.
Oh, it's dark. Let's make it not.
Dark.
Very dark.
Let me know
Sorry,
if
I don't
it's...
have dark vision.
Hold on.
I do.
I have a cyber eye. I have a cyber eye.
I have
didn't get that
2
upgrade.
cyber eyes, so I can have night vision.
It's not
Forgot
It's
I
not
had
supposed
that.
to be dark. It's just doing a thing.
There we go. There we go.
I think Cam, you're the only one who can't see, right?
Apparently.
I know why.
All the cameras got
There
turned
it
off.
is.
Hey, you're supposed to be recording the hog watch. What you doing?
As you step in, you would see that there's kind of a strange kind of glow, a desk over there. Doesn't look like there's a chair in the desk space, kind of just set out in the middle of the floor. Looks like it has a number of scanners on its sides, probably for scanning boxes and stuff that move past it. There's an old style kind of just vehicle. Looks like it's used for pulling stuff and things. There's lights that are still kind of present, very large double door to the south side that might lead deeper into the structure. And there's a stair, or there's a ramp on the east side of this map that just leads right the heck out of here, down into the ground to a deeper storage area. Yeah, as you kind of move into this space, let me know what you're wanting to do. Doesn't look like there's much in the way of people.
Ray's just gonna look around with his infrared just to be safe. There ain't nobody sneaking around. Actually, I don't have X-ray vision. My brain is off.
I would step forward first towards the desk.
Okay. And you said you were looking with your
Infrared vision, yeah.
Okay.
The cyber eye.
You pick up 3 heat signatures. One over here in this box area, one behind these larger boxes, and one actually set up near the vehicle. I'm going to pull those down, and Hungry starts to walk out at about this point.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll holler to Hungry that there's people in here.
You're going to
That way he
holler?
knows. Yeah. I'm hollering like we know you're there. That way Hungry knows they're there, and they know we know they're there.
Okay. That happens.
Can I say words?
Yeah.
Listen, I know you're in here. I ain't got no quarrel with you. I just got a few questions for you. I'm hungry.
Roll a d10 for me.
I did it.
What'd you get?
I got an 8.
Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know. You hear from across the way. We're not here for this shit. Get the fuck out of here. We're coming out spraying.
I wouldn't recommend it. You see this fucking guy behind me?
I would point towards Razor.
He'll be on your ass and cut you in half before you even got a chance to react. I brought a crew of heavy hitters with me, but I don't want it to come to that.
You're gonna
I
cut
just
us.
need to
You're gonna
speak
cut
up.
us up just like the others, huh, motherfucker? Get him. Roll initiative.
Run for cover! How
Solo.
dark is it down here?
Oh shit.
Well lit.
Oh, good. Excellent.
It's just that they were
Oh,
hiding, and their heat signatures were picked up by the IR.
There's a lot of 12s.
I didn't roll very good. I didn't roll very good at all.
How do we distinguish?
All right.
Where's initiative?
Top.
If you look at the top where your character picture is and your HP, it's on the left of that.
Yep. Hey,
Nice.
I'm walking here.
All right. Everybody roll. And you're still in 2 and 2, right, Razor?
Yeah.
Okay. Mooney, you are the first on the docket. You aren't really seeing much yet because they haven't jumped out. You're just hearing voices. But based on the voices that you've been hearing, you know someone's behind this vehicle. And you know someone is behind that box. Or sorry, not behind that box. I placed him wrong. That box.
Oh, by the way, Gino should be before me, but his token didn't pop up on there.
Son of a bitch.
How tall are these boxes here, and how tall is that vehicle?
I didn't
So,
selected. That's
The
up.
the vehicles. Oh, and Nina's not on the board either. Hold on a second.
Let's see here.
All right, and then Gino.
Sick.
What'd you get on your initiative, Gino?
15.
All right. Let me switch the music up. Chad, continue with your turn.
Mooney is going to move. Well, I wanted to ask how tall these boxes in this vehicle were.
Sure. So the boxes are probably about 3 feet tall apiece. And then they're actually on kind of like a bed, like a trailer. The trailer's about 2 feet off the ground, so the back spaces are about 5 feet. The truck itself is got a height of about 5 feet, but that dip in the middle looks like it is lower, like you could shoot right through the vehicle. At current, you cannot see a person. They are kind of positioned in like at the engine block side of it, and are probably going to pop out into that median and shoot through it.
Right. Well, I don't want to be there, so Mooney's going to beeline over here, crouch down behind these, and he reaches into his coat and reaches for that new medium pistol he just got.
Drawing a weapon, if you're using it this turn, is not an action. If it's not something that's concealed. So if you concealed it, then...
he's reaching for it, and as soon as his hand gets on it, he starts charging it.
Okay.
As he draws it out. So he's not attacking this turn, but he's going to be attacking with it next turn.
Cool.
Now, in the charged mode, it still has a rate of fire of 2, correct?
No, the charge is an action.
No, but while it's charged, it has a
Yeah,
rate
so
of
during
fire
your
rate
next
of fire
turn,
of
you're going
2.
to fire twice at a charged state, yeah.
But could I also pull out my other gun and use both?
No. So it is an action to charge up. It's not a shoot. It is an action. These are separate. Rate of fire is when you're shooting. So during your next turn, if you have your other gun out, you could shoot once with a charged up pistol and once with a very heavy pistol.
So next turn, will I be able to draw my other gun and do both?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay, just wanted to make sure that was how I understood that correctly.
Yeah, charge up is an action. It's not a shooting.
I got you.
Okay.
Nice.
Mooney done. Gino up.
Alright. Are these cover, or are these just some low things? Or...
So those are like canisters. They look like they're made out of plastic. They're probably like the blue containers that we're used to. They're the equivalent of that. So they're probably not going to provide too much in the way of cover. Probably 2-3 hit points to cut through them, but they definitely will have to shoot through them to get to you.
All right.
This combat music is not the best. I need more amp.
And was this a wall, or is this just like...
No wall. It's just paint.
Yeah. Gino will come down over here onto this one, look over. Would he be able to see this guy over here?
Again, no. They're behind cover, so you'd have to shoot through the vehicle to get to that individual.
Through the vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a way to ready
a shot? You can ready a shot for a specific trigger.
You would do Overwatch to see trigger any body part.
Yeah, Overwatch. I'm okay with that. I understand the reference. In fact, we're listening to XCOM music right now. Gino done. I mean, no, we're not. Cam, you're...
I didn't know if my initiative was +2 or the added +2 thing for 12. Would that still be going after them?
So, Cyberpunk's different. Everyone who's on 12 goes at the same time. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's just all happening at 12. You can declare an order, but if me and you were both on 12, both of our actions would happen simultaneously.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I meant to say also, well, welcome to Hogwatch. I hope you're rolling that camp.
Yeah, probably been rolling since we got out of the vehicle.
You got it, Gino, right over your shoulder. And I do the exact same thing he does. I line up right next to him. We're doing this thing.
Okay. Boom, boom. Overwatch. Cam done. Hungry. You're all, again, happening at the same time. Razor as well.
I would duck behind the wall, pull both of my heavy pistols out.
There's no wall there.
That's not a wall? What is that?
That is not a wall. That is just paint.
Just a painted line on the floor. Is this like a counter?
That is a desk. Yeah, it's probably about
behind the desk.
4 foot high.
Yeah. Okay, that's the plan then. Ducking behind the desk, pulling both of my pistols out, and speaking.
Oh, that you stupid motherfucker. Your boys are gonna die for this.
Hungry done. Action, do you want to take one?
My action was to pull both of my pistols out because they're concealed usually.
Cool. Razor.
Alright, I have just enough movement. I'll run over here.
Mm-hmm.
And since my sword is easy access, I'll pull it out and swing on him.
Okay. So she'll still be behind cover. As you get over and swing at her, you'll have to target the cover with your first attack. She's backed behind the vehicle, kind of in that
Okay.
kind of space, hidden away. She's not like right at the door of it.
24 plus 3.
Unless you're going, 24 plus 3, you automatically hit inanimate objects. Sorry.
I have to hit the car.
Yeah, she's behind cover. Yeah.
Oh, I thought since I was running here, I could swing at it right there.
No, I understand, but the vehicle would still technically be in between you. If you look at the angle of it, she's kind of towards the front of it. In actuality, she'd be closer to this space. I just want her to be in a square.
Gotcha. My bad.
So if you're standing on the vehicle, you could attack down at her, but you're not going to be able to maintain a cover position and attack her. You have to overcome her cover. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be in cover. I was just trying to kill.
Then yeah, you move here then, and you're on top of the vehicle, jumping up top and swinging down at her. Okay, go ahead and make your
second attack.
Yeah.
17.
Hold on, I gotta roll some dice. Bear with me here. Fighting. All right. So she is lightly armored, and she is rolling evasion. So for her first, she will miss the evade, and on her second, she will evade. So 9 damage, which will go against her armor jack of 11, and that will damage it. So that'll put her at a 10 armor, and she would have been half of the armor, so 5, so she would have taken 4. Okay. She looks slightly wounded. Not terribly so, but slightly. Okay. Done, Razor?
Yep.
Okay. It'll go to the person on the far side here. She moves to this position here, very quickly, kind of just staying in a low crouch, moving around to the box. She puts her rifle up on top, and then she will fire at the slightly visible Razor. Again, bear with me here for a second. She is going to be firing. Bear with me here. Why are you being so difficult? Because you hate me? Is that it? Okay, so she's firing. Assault rifle's rate of fire is 1. She's going for a body shot. I was supposed to ask you if you wanted to evade or not, but it doesn't matter. I don't think I hit on the table. Double checking. Range of 42. That would actually hit. So, sorry. I didn't ask if you wanted to evade. Yeah, go ahead and make an evasion roll. Okay. So, yeah, so you surpass. You hear the ring of the shot. She fires directly at your back, and you just drop down low. All right. Nina will. Why am I not? Okay, there she is. She is going to run to there, and she gets behind the large kind of strange device and kind of plants her back against it. And you can see her hand on the pistol kind of shift as she moves her cyber deck up to look at it. All right. It goes to him. And I'm liking shooting at you, but I want to be closer. So he is going to hop over, landing. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once he gets to that position, you see him whip out a large pistol. And you can see that he's wearing like an old style, like orange hard hat with like a flashlight kind of on top and a bit of cyberware to him. The pistol he pulls out looks like it's a pretty steady looking heavy pistol. But those of you who are solos on closer inspection realize that it's not a pistol, it's a Militech Crusher, which is actually a large kind of shotgun. And he's going to shoot it at Razor one-handed.
Okay.
Did we ever? Has Gino's Overwatch ever come into play yet?
It should come into play now. Gino and Cam. This is the first person who's exited cover. So both of you go ahead and take your shots.
Not a great start.
Heavy pistol has a rate of fire of 2, but you ready in an action to shoot, so it's just one shot. Assault rifle will hit him. He can't evade. Okay, and it was a body shot, so you watch him take the shot to the chest and kind of, and doesn't seem to wound him. It looks like it's just damaging his, or ablating his armor. The heavy pistol goes wide.
Armor. Doesn't matter if it's armor piercing.
Standard assault rifle, ammunition, basic.
Oh, what the fuck? Sorry.
Yeah. So,
You have to
you have to have loaded it with that, and since it wasn't done on the character sheet, I'm gonna be a terrible person.
That's the only ammo I got.
Is it the only? Let me double check your character sheet. Hold on.
No, it's okay. I need to go buy armor piercing ammo as well. It's one of the things on my to-do list.
No,
for hunting.
It makes sense for this guy to have it, but I just want to double check.
Yeah. It's literally the only one I got.
Oh wait, yeah, you're like a
Yeah.
cyber psycho hunter.
So it'll ablate twice.
Nice.
That's what armor piercing
I'll work on
ammunition does. No problem. Just there's a pull down. You can do it right inside the weapons stat.
If you do, you can also do it under cash and ammo. Just change the ammunition there.
I have it there. It's the weapon.
Oh, okay. And then
Instead
you
of
just
basic.
have to edit it then.
My bad.
So she like sees you kind of like dealing with the dodging and stuff. Ducks low, and you see her kind of just shoulder her weapon, just kind of like letting it fall to the side. It's on a strap, and then kind of quickly moves up with her arms into you. She's using a martial arts technique. You need to make an evasion roll, and she's going to go ahead and make a martial arts roll.
Ooh, she got me.
She reaches into your arms like this, kind of catches your forearms, pushes down, and then presses up with her elbow against the pommel of your sword. It flies over your head and lands in the 2 meters behind you. So she disarms you with her martial arts technique. And then kind of like, as she kind of does that, kind of drops back into cover from your shooters. Letty, you're up.
We're gonna pull out our pistol and we're gonna. Are these boxes right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna duck over here and that's it for now.
Okay. Do you want to ready an action at all, or?
I think if they get closer, I'll shoot. Basically where the line is.
Okay. Mooney, we get back around to you.
He stands up to look over the boxes and
Sees that asshole?
fires off his 2 charged shots at that guy.
Okay.
And then he's gonna, in the process, like pull out his other pistol.
Okay.
He's not gonna shoot it yet, but
Right.
he's just gonna have it in his hand. So, do I roll?
You roll the Arasaka pistol twice. Should have an attack characteristic in the...
Okay, cool.
Okay. So those will both hit. Yeah, it looks like that first one is going to be a very large hit. So as you kind of pull out the first one, you watch as like electricity runs along the side of the weapon, and that first one fires, and you're kind of like, oh shit, this is going to be a kick, but there's absolutely no recoil. Just... And then the second shot follows in kind, but it seems to be a bit off because you were expecting a recoil, so you were pushing down to kind of like, anticipate. So it kind of hits a bit lower on the target. The first one hits her square, center of mass. I need you to go ahead and roll a d10.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
just
sorry.
roll two more
I
D6.
was shooting the dude with the hard hat.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. You roll double sixes on the first one. Actually, don't roll a d10. I'm just going to click critical body injury
So-
there.
Chad's
Charging
also
the-
got to roll 4 more D6
Alright.
for both damage because it rolls 4 D6.
Yeah.
Oh, he
So when I
didn't.
charge it, does it deal more damage?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does
when you
2
charge
more
it,
d6.
there's 2 D6 per hit extra.
Yep.
So you got to roll 4 more D6.
2 and
Oh,
then 2,
alright.
please.
All right. So there's extra 2d6 for the first one,
Damn. Okay.
extra 2d6 for the second one.
23 plus 5 is 28. 28 minus half of his armor, which is 6. No, armor pierced. 5. Means he is taking 22 points of damage. Was my math right? And then
Right.
the second one would be doing 8 and then blading once. So we're now down to an armor value of 10. For starting off at 13. Armor pierced and then 1 down. And then we're taking this damage here, which would be a total of 8, 9, 10, 11. It'll supersede his armor by 1, and it'll ablate again. So he now has an armor value of 9, and he has less that many hit points. You would see that he's seriously injured. So like as he kind of takes the hit, you actually didn't hit him like direct center of mass because you're hitting him sidelong. You hit him in like the shoulder area, and when you did, you actually watched like his arm like snap out this direction, like from the shoulder. So you can see that his arm got broke in the process.
Yeah, his arm didn't just like throw back. It was not natural the way it happened.
Yep. All right.
And then he ducks back down behind the boxes, and he's actually going to move. Well, he's going to move over this way.
As a free action, he is going to drop his pistol and kind of like turn in confusion. He's not doing anything. He just dropped his weapon. I say pistol, shotgun. All right, Gino, you're up. He's standing there, and he's not armed anymore, but yeah, he's standing there.
This fellow?
Yep. He appears to be the hard hat guy we're looking for.
That's the man we're looking for.
Yep.
So I'm actually gonna. I was thinking about going over here.
Okay.
Then looking around the corner and saying, "Hi there."
All right.
Howdy.
What weapon are you
On the
using?
way over, I'd be like, "Cam, hope you're hope you're following."
You see the red pinging light behind you. As you come around the corner with the assault rifle, you fire straight down at her, and she kind of shifts. It hits the ground near her because, yeah, that definitely misses. Didn't even take the time to try and throw an evasion on that because who shoots point blank with an AR?
Me.
Crazy
Gino does.
bastard.
I've done it before.
All right, Cam, you rush out after. Pop over and pull out the pistol and shoot at her as well.
Yep.
Okay, that'll hit. Actually, so no, a heavy pistol she would try to evade. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my evasion on that. Fail, and then go ahead and throw your second shot with the heavy pistol. She will evade that one. So the first one, she takes 13. She's wearing light armor, which has been reduced by 1 by the blade, which means that it is at 10. So 3 damage from the pistol shot. All right, and no doubles? No doubles. All right, Cam done. Hungry, you're up.
How much can I move with the speed of 4 on this
4.
map?
4 squares.
Mm.
Or rushed out from behind the desk. Scream towards Hard Hat.
You stupid motherfucker. Call this off now. I'm not the cyber psycho.
Razor,
Can I shoot? I can move and shoot, right?
if you want to, yeah.
I'm going to shoot at this person.
Okay.
Both, with 2 shots from 1 heavy pistol.
She
I'm not
isn't-
gonna split.
Yeah, so she's in cover, so you'll actually have to shoot the box. It'll be free to shoot the box. You just roll damage both times. You're blowing out the cover between you and her. If you can do it on one shot, you can make the second shot against her, but otherwise,
I don't know. I'm just clicking the buttons.
yeah, no problem. So 10 will actually blow out. You kind of just point at it, look at the frame, and kind of shoot the first pistol. You hit it in such a way that it actually breaks the box open, and it kind of scatters like packing peanuts all over the place, and it looks like there's some sort of piece of like machinery that's in there, but now there's no cover, and you can see her kind of like stagger back. And then the second shot, you pull the trigger and shoot at her. She also doesn't have evasion. You are at a distance of 20 meters, which means you needed a 20 to hit. So your second shot actually hits the box behind her and kind of causes it to just scatter as well. Kind of shooting out the walls around her. All right. Razor?
All right. And I'm going to try something here.
Okay.
And I have questions. It's my karate.
Mhm.
It says if I, instead of making 2 attacks with my martial arts, I can choose to make a bone-breaking strike.
Yep.
Okay. And it says it roll a martial arts special move resolution.
Yep, so you're going to make a martial arts attack. You'll just click the martial arts skill, and then I'm going to attempt to evade it.
Okay, gotcha. I just make sure I rolled just that. All right.
Okay, so you succeed.
Nice.
And so
So
you'll...
it says if I succeed, they suffer broken ribs, critical injury, in addition to my martial arts attack damage.
Put your body.
8.
So it'll be 3d6? So roll 3d6, and then it'll be 5 extra damage for the critical.
13.
All right. And it's martial arts, so it will avoid half of her armor, so 5. So she'll take 8. And she's also seriously injured as this happens. Okay. And yeah, she kind of staggers back at that hit. All right, it'll go to the chief. She raises the weapon up and points it straight down at Hungry. And as that's happening, you also can see from across the field that the woman who's currently fighting with Razor is spinning around. And it looks like she's about to throw like a crazy snap kick. And Hardhat's like, no, fucking wait! Fucking wait! And just kind of raises his hands. And at that moment, there's a momentary lag. So what I'm going to ask you for is, these rounds are like milliseconds. I'm going to ask each party member who's not Hungry, because I'm assuming Hungry, seeing Hardhat fold, is probably not going to shoot anybody else, right? Is that accurate, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go one by one. Chad, in the situation you're in, do you feel like, seeing kind of the middle ground? Are you going to continue fighting, or are you halting the fight? Not knowing what they're doing. Muted, but I heard a yes. Okay. John?
I was just going to say he's going to move out from behind cover
Okay.
and point both of his guns at Hardhat, but he's not
Got it.
going to shoot at him. He's just putting guns on him.
Okay.
And he says, don't you fucking move.
Yep. Move
So he'll be
to
like somewhere over here.
John. Are you again? You just shot your assault rifle down at this lady. She looks like she's spinning, and you can hear in the middle them kind of calling for a stop. Again, these are millisecond or 3-second rounds, if that. So just tell me what you think your character would be doing.
He'd wrap around the corner and then kind of like be holding the assault rifle in one sling, and then like bringing back his big nunk's arm,
But not throwing it.
but not throwing it.
Okay, just winding up for a punch. Readying an action to punch if she keeps going.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. Letty, in the box, hanging out, seeing the situation. Looks like it's being handled pretty well.
Yeah. If they're kind of stalling, she'd come out to here.
Okay. Pistol up.
Yeah, pistol ready, but not like aimed at anyone.
All right. Cam.
Cam has forgotten to take out his bulletproof shield at this point, so this is where he would probably be like, "All right, if something goes wrong, just
So-
like
Like, he's like, oh shit, and then pulls out the shield and kind of holds it between her.
I got a good shot in it and just realized I got a good shot in. Fuck. I don't want her to come at me.
Can I glance back at Cam and be like, "You're pulling that out already? What are you doing?"
Already? What do you mean? I should have had it up to the start. Brent, again, you are currently engaged, and she does look like she's snapping. So, are you?
Oh yeah, Razor's too combat focused. He's ready to attack again.
Then, in order, it would actually go to her first. So it does look like she is also in that same kind of state. However, she does change the maneuver. You actually see the snap kick like stop mid-spring, and her body kind of shift as both of her hands kind of sweep out towards you. She's going to attempt to grab you. So you need to go ahead and make a brawling roll against her attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
Keep consistently rolling really well. But yeah, she as she's kind of spinning around, just grabs both of your ankles and rips you off of the car, kind of like pulling you to the side. And as you're kind of falling, she shifts her grip on you and like dive tackles you, kind of slamming you into the hood of the car as she kind of walks you against it. As that's happening, Shield, everybody else, you hear Hard Hat go, no, fucking stop. And then you hear her, shut the fuck up. He was about to kick my fucking face off. And you can hear her, like, you can hear an actual, like, well, she's holding Razor, so you can do whatever you want to her, but she's kind of holding Razor. It doesn't look like she's doing anything, wounding him. Looks like Razor was kind of winning the fight. And Razor, you actually know that even though she's got you in the scrapple, and you can try to break out of it, but you can hear like a sound that's coming out of her chest that sounds pretty bad, like she's wheezing, and you can also feel that there's a deflation kind of against the chest. So as she kind of holds you there, and everyone kind of looks at the situation, there's this moment where everyone's like getting up on her and beat her, but she doesn't seem to be going for any killing stroke on you, Razor. So what do you do?
Like how close am I? Like, is she like head to head, like next to me? Like
she has you kind of locked in a hug, and you don't have your footing because you were kind of thrown in the air. So you're kind of like laying on the vehicle, and she's kind of like wrapped her arms around you, kind of pressing her weight down on you.
Can I give her a kiss on the head and be like, you did a good fight, Chief. You probably should get that checked out, though. I'm pretty sure I messed your stomach up.
If you do kiss her on the head, you can see her face turn bright red and her just become entirely enraged at your sexual assault. And she smashes her hand down on the hood of the car, leaving this massive imprint in it. And she looks over at Hard Hat and just turns and walks away from the fight. She doesn't care anymore. If you're going to kill her, kill her. Fuck you, that was embarrassing. But
I'd put the assault rifle up to her head.
Hardhead is bleeding. She doesn't seem to notice the gun's trained on her. She just stopped like a few feet away after being kissed against her will. And Hardhat is like bleeding, absolutely beating the fuck out of, looking at Hungry. What the fuck are you then?
I got some questions about Lowball and this Reaper guy, a girl.
What are your questions?
When's the last time you saw Lowball? He's been MIA.
The motherfucker. He fucking and as he's about to start talking, Cam, you hear a voice in your head as a phone call comes through. It's Regina on the other side. Continental brand logos all over the merchandise here. This warehouse shouldn't be open. It's probably where Hardhat got all that fancy gear. And yeah. What the fuck does this have to do with a cyber psycho? Something's off. And he kind of continuing, Hard Hat. I mean, last time I talked to him, you see him kind of like shift and his eyes turn orange as his internal anger flares up. He's calling me right now, he says, looking over at Hungry. The fuck is this?
I don't know. Answer. I want to know where he is, and I want to know what his connection is with this Reaper fuck.
What the fuck? So you see him kind of pick up the call, kind of like reach up and touch his ear, kind of crouching down a bit as he does so. You can hear him talking on his side of the call, and he says, "Wait a minute, are you the target? That doesn't make sense. What the fuck? Well, what is this then?" And he kind of shakes his head. God damn it. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, man. Who is this guy? Lowball says he knows you. Yeah, his name's Hungry. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get off the phone with you. This is fucking weird. He's got guns pointed at me, okay? I'm bleeding my ass off here. What the fuck? Click. Lowball says he wants to meet. If you want to meet him.
Yeah. What's the plan?
He just said he wants to meet. You got his digits, or?
Nah, pass it over. And then clean yourself up, goddammit, you're bleeding all over the fucking place.
Okay. Yeah. So he passes the details over, and if you call over, so hello, Mr. Hungry. My name's Lowball. We haven't been formally acquainted, but I'm familiar with your work.
Yeah, I've been getting pretty familiar with some of yours, too.
Yeah. So this girl, I've been trying to catch her for a while. She's got some product I'm really looking at getting a hold of. Stuff she shouldn't be having. Stuff she wasn't supposed to take with her on one of her gigs. So I know you're familiar with that kind of situation. Having stuff taken from you what's not theirs. Kinda have to go a bit psycho on your employees. Continental Brand sent in a decent shipment here. Been having this crew keep an eye on it. And I've been sending out crews to try and recover it, but unfortunately she's always a step ahead. She's always just one step ahead. Too bad about these folks not getting blasted, though. Had a pretty good deal at the Afterlife regarding a specific bet. Unless you end up going up against her and getting your asses sliced, my roll of 3 when I tapped in is probably not going to be up. So, that's too bad, I guess, but whatever. What's a 500? No big deal.
Yeah.
You want her? I got her.
Where can I find her?
I got her traced. You can find her at this location, and you see that a application is sent to you. It appears to be a trace program. It doesn't look like it's malware or anything. Your AI agent would have picked up if it were, but it does seem to have like a geolocation for this individual. Notice, or according to this individual, he said her name was Nat.
Got it.
So, who put you up to the gig? Was it Rogue? Was it Gina?
It's personal.
Don't kiss and tell, I get you. But I'm assuming that if you're having this conversation with me, you're going to be okay with her being shuffled off this mortal coil. I'd hope.
Depends. What are you paying?
2,000. That's all I got. Been paying edge runners to get this girl for me. At this point, she's probably tired. Or not. Whatever.
And that's all you could muster in your pretty little head. 2,000.
Did you kill the crew and just leave Hard Hat alive, or
They're all alive. Some less for the work, some of them not looking too good, but they're all alive currently.
probably saw some of the contents of those boxes, huh?
A little bit.
You do a deep enough search, you might find something that's worth your while. I'll tell my boys to stand off. You can keep what you want from the warehouse. All I need is what's on that.
Got it. Consider it done.
All right.
Take a look around. See if there's anything good laying around. Anybody wants anything? It's on the house.
I would say to the party.
Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? We're supposed to be guarding this shit with our lives. Did he tell you that you can take what you want?
Yeah, he did. As long as I leave you and your two fucking goons here alive.
You see him kind of like shift his head to the side as red lights pop. Oh, you're gonna kill Nat then?
Yeah, we're gonna get it done.
Okay. Well, if that's so, then that's so. Quick note. That was said out loud, so everybody heard that. Just want to make sure that's clear.
Don't give a
Cool.
fuck.
So, still with his guns on hard hat, he looks at Hungry and he says, "So is that it? We done fighting?"
Yeah, they're alright. Unless that
All
one
right.
over there starts jumping on Razor again, shoot her in the fucking head.
And then he looks
No,
at
I got
Hard
this.
Hat and he says, "We done fighting?"
Hard Hat kind of looking at Hungry. Yeah, we're done fighting. If you're
All
gonna
right.
if you're gonna go off and kill Nat, cool. Job's done.
Puts his guns away, and then he starts perusing the goods.
Gino will
He's got
run
a
over
crowbar,
and-
so he can crack them open if he needs to.
Go ahead, John.
Gino will run over up on this thing and be like, "Yeah, they don't want none of this, son," and pound his chest a couple of times. Be like, that's, and he'll point back at Cam and be like, "That's what we do with hogwash." And he'd be like, "All right, cut."
Hey, there's no cut. This thing don't cut.
That's not how it works.
Print that.
He does that. He just does it.
It's for the show. It's for the show.
That's
Or
for
he's
the
just gonna
show.
go pick
It's
up his
for the
katana.
editors, huh?
Yeah.
Nina will walk over to
Commercial.
Letty and kind of in a whispered tone say, "Didn't Regina say that she wanted her alive?"
She did, I believe, for extra payout.
Cool. Call dibs on that. She points at the big piece of machinery over on the side.
This one?
Yeah.
I points to it, looking at Hungry. For you to take?
Yeah, it's all yours, lovely. You
Is
can
it
find a
okay
way
if
to
we?
get it out of here.
I'm sure we can move it later.
Actually, I was going to say, it's I can move it. If you want me to go ahead and get that out of here.
Wait, are you telling me that Nina is forklift certified?
I almost had it done, and while you all were shooting the shit, I figured it out. So, do you want me to get it out of here, or?
Go for it.
Okay, cool.
Nothing better than a chick who's
She walks over
certified.
walks over close to it and starts tapping her cyber deck. You see her eyes kind of light up purple, and then you watch as the device in question seems to grow about 10 legs out from the bottom of it to kind of push upwards, and then those two long pipe-like structures that are kind of hanging underneath as it's turning drop out large cannons, Gatling cannons. And she starts moving the thing with the cyber deck up the stairs and out. And she says, I'll make sure it gets to the office, okay?
Nina, this is why I should bring you up more.
And the
Mooney-
fucking aren't paid for what you're doing.
Mooney has a question for Hard Hat.
Oh, he's leaving. Like, if you want to ask it, you can ask it quick. But he's not crawling. He kind of just like found a friend,
Limping.
got the shoulder, and is being carried out probably by her, and she's still fuming.
Hey, do those priest-looking goons upstairs work for you?
Go fuck yourself, he says in response. And he continues on out.
They're leaving. Razor's gonna holler to the girl and be like, "Call me later."
You see her kind of stop, still holding her gun with one hand, kind of turn and look back at you. As a matter of professional courtesy, if I see you again, you're not gonna like me.
You see me again, you're gonna be dead.
Yeah. You were doing great up there on that car, dickhead.
Obviously, you have broken ribs.
Hey, I was 2 seconds away. Don't worry about it.
You would have been a lot
toast.
worse off. She shrugs.
You would have been toast.
And
Damn.
if your leash is too tight, looking over at Hungry, then looking at you, you stay in your kennel. She'll walk off.
At least it pays more.
She walks off. Doesn't seem to care.
Oh, you're gonna take that there, buddy. What's that?
She's just mad I'm better than her.
Yeah, probably mad you're a
Yeah,
rapist.
I get it.
Probably. I mean, to be honest,
It
like
was touch on that.
It was
kind of unwanted advance.
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, that's fair.
So
I figured she was like the chick we stabbed in the
There's a
neck, you know?
spectrum, but it is on the spectrum.
yeah, it's definitely assault.
It's not the good one.
At least that's
So-
for consent next time.
Do you
yeah.
know if the guys
We'll run him
upstairs?
through the.
To
let
be
him
fair,
run the
she was
sexual-
hugging me.
The sexual
after.
training.
That was during. I guess it was. Yeah, but no, she was definitely trying to keep you from punching and kicking her. But anyway, point of order. Moving on. They leave. They leave out these very large doors, which don't go out. They go out into a hall that looks like it leads out across the street outside, and then out into another way of getting in. It looks like that's actually how everything was loaded, not through the normal loading bay. You can see that the hallway space looked like it had kind of containers along the sides, but it looks like those have been removed or kind of broken so that it allows space for a vehicle to move in. With the amount of space that's kind of present there as they're moving out, you would assume that pretty decent sized truck, but not like a loading truck or a semi or anything, would be able to move through this space pretty easily. But they leave. You don't know whether or not the Reckoners work for them or not, but based on the way that they kind of left them out to dry for 200 eddies, probably not.
That's fair. Mooney's still checking out the boxes they got.
So Lowlife is giving you the tag on that. It looks like she's currently not too far from here.
Yeah, I'll let everybody like pick through the warehouse, make sure if there's anything anybody wants, we take it with us. Anything that'll help.
Is there anything that would help with a
So-
quick pick through?
If you have if you take the time, you can do it in a specific time currency. 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, your choice. Again, keep in mind it's late in game. So however long you want to spend searching through shit will determine what kind of stuff you find.
I would say a half hour.
Half hour? Nobody wanting to try it for longer?
I mean, I wouldn't mind sticking around, and unless we got somewhere to be, or we got like concrete evidence to work with, or
I
somebody's
got the-
rushing us out of here.
I got the deets on this cyber psycho we're looking for. I don't want him to move before we get there. Let's be quick about it.
Yes, the
That-
main reason we're here. We gotta take care of them, huh?
That's fair.
I don't want Gina getting testy. That means I get in trouble.
30 minutes it is.
Continental Brands is basically a corp that does very cheap knockoffs of cyberware that's typically brought out by Dynalar and other places. Affordable shit, but functional shit. It looks like in the short amount of time, the things that are very immediately kind of seen as useful. You find a pair of cyber arms. Um, it looks like the pair, one of them has a pop-up pistol, or a heavy pistol, and the other one has a pop-up rocket launcher.
Damn.
The other thing that you find that's relatively quick and easy to kind of catch is a box full of cyber eyes, total of 8 of them. And it looks like they are basically socketless, so that they're kind of like when you plug them, that's it. You can't install new stuff. But they have targeting scopes and IRs already included.
Nice.
And targeting scopes, IR, and Chiron. And so
is that like fully functional with even one cyber eye, or do you have to have the pair?
Yeah, so it would be functional with one, except for the IR, I think, requires 2. Yep.
Wait, you said they're all slotted. There aren't any empties.
There are no empty slots. They basically, the way that they make them, they're not modular.
Yeah.
They're like the cheap iPhone of 2077. It's like, this is what you're getting. No mods.
Mooney might be interested in a pair of those.
By the end of the 30, you would note that on your tracker, kind of keeping to beat, you see that she's moving at this point. Looks like she's heading out of town.
Oh, shit.
She's on the move. We gotta get out of here.
Mooney stuffs all the cyberware into his bag and starts hustling for the stairs.
Okay. By the time you gathered...
We can sell off all this shit later.
By the time you've gathered and mustered, it looks like she has actually stopped in her movements, like right on the edge of Night City, like right before you kind of get out onto the I-9 and kind of move out of the city. So she's actually still in city limits. She hasn't passed Red Cliff yet. She appears to be at some sort of small building, kind of like off the beaten path, based on your mapping. But if you pop in...
guide Mooney towards there, and in transition, I want to address everybody.
Now, the plan still is to try to take her alive for Regina, if we can. But I don't want anybody here putting their lives at risk. That's why I've made contingency plans. If you get into a situation where you gotta put it down to save your own life, you put it down. Don't worry about subduing her. Dealing with a cyber psycho here.
Wait, hold up. No. Wait, hold up. You want me to care about me more than the fucking shot? Who the fuck is this guy? He turns to look at Gino.
We purely go for the shot. We're gonna get the shot.
He thinks you and me is fucking worth something. Yeah, we're fucking worthless. Come on.
Worth it for a while.
You think we were the fucking couple of bullets? Bullshit.
Yeah, I ain't been worth shit for a while.
Corpo paid for one.
Why do you think they sent us fuckers with you?
Corpo paid for one, said he paid for the other. They know they're nothing.
Hey, we live off the thrill, you know. It's one of those things, huh?
I'm just saying, like, order hierarchy. It's like catch the cyber psycho, Gino and me die, then like maybe like you guys die, huh? You know, I'm just fucking saying. Like, let's think about like what we'll really fucking value in here. I feel that like the ladies and the drivers and the ninja guys is worth something, you know. But fucking Gino, come on, look at this fucking Gino.
What are you doing, huh?
Did you see how he ran up and shot that fucking? Who shoots an AR point blank? He's fucking Gino's with something.
I got a bit of flair. You got a problem with a bit of flair, and he'll push Cam.
As you kind of get as you're kind of in the vehicle getting ready to kind of move, Mooney's driving. You're having this conversation. Once the conversation kind of quiets down, Cam, you notice that you have a couple of texts from, and it looks like it's a group text from Regina, and so you would see that there's a notice stating, "I think I figured it out. It's all garbage. It's scrap. It's licensed." She says, "You probably have some similar shit in your fucking head. Make sure Hungry knows that he's got bunk crap. He might be able to get it cleaned and scrubbed, but it might cost more than it's worth. I'll see if I can't call a friend of mine to help with that. But yeah, keep your eyes on the job.
Cam like literally flips the text so it shows up on like the front windshield, so Hungry can probably see it like off to the side in a corner. I imagine like the screen is of the windshield is also a screen, so he can just like flick the text onto the screen so Hungry can see it.
Yeah, sounds about right. Coming from a guy named fucking Lowball.
Kill this motherfucker.
Lowball, huh? Yeah.
No, the robot it seems.
So wait, all the cyberware we got is garbage?
Yeah.
It needs to be scrubbed.
That's fair.
And so what you would know in kind of parlance, and we kind of mentioned it a bit last session, but what it means is it's compromised. So what that means is that whoever kind of has control of it can shut it off, turn it on, take it wherever they want, just by being within 8 meters of you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Okay. Good to know that.
So
it's okay though. It's not like you need your eyes to do anything.
And they can track you with it. So if they wanted to reclaim it, they could find you, just like they can find her, and they could turn you off.
Interesting.
I think we might be able to use this hardware to find the mark,
or just set a trap, maybe.
They're already looking. They already have the mark. You would know that Hungry said that he can track her.
True, that's right. Sorry,
But...
I got too many concussions.
That was just last week.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, no. Okay, so as you I'm going to move us back to the big map. But as you make your way in that general direction, Mooney, you're familiar with this area. So Red Cliff is this kind of divide here that the road kind of heads on out of. It's like here, and then the junkyard to the south, right? There's a small little canyon space that you kind of drive through as you're making your way out to the Badlands. And before you get out through that space, over here, there are some small little spots that are just kind of like old, like industrial buildings that have been kind of left to waste. Some proprietary residences, but it looks like they've been raided by gangoons or wraiths or some other sort of horrible shit. And the fun part about this space is just across the street are some really nice looking like corporate buildings which have fencing around them, signage that says keep out or trespassers will be shot, like all sorts of crazy shit, like well protected, and they have not extended the protection to these people who are just across the street from them. The house that's kind of being pinged at this point is kind of like at the end of this road that just ends. It just kind of pull off the main street or the main highway, and you kind of go down the street until it ends. And then there's just this dilapidated kind of like corrugated sheet like building just kind of sitting there, rusted over, and it looks like covered with bullet holes. But according to your tracker, that's where she is.
Is this like a cul-de-sac?
Yeah, well, it's more like the road is now covered with dust and just grime to the point where there is no drivable.
Does this shack look like it is weaker than a van?
I would say no.
It's a pretty sturdy shack.
But I would also say you could probably put a decent amount of damage to it, possibly wounding or killing the people inside, if that's your goal.
Yeah. Well, his question is, he's going to look to Hungry. He says, so you want me to run the shack over?
I want to ask Cam there.
Oh, Cam, you mind if I drive your van through that bullet-ridden shack over there?
Yeah, I just got to put a seatbelt on. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no problem.
I know he didn't give a shit. We do that shit all the time.
At least this one's not brick.
Yeah, fuck it.
You remember that stupid shit?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Do you drive through it?
I mean, I don't hear anybody in
We're
opposition.
still waiting for Hungry to say yes or no.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Strapped
He like kind of
in,
lines up
holding
down
on
the
to
street and then like just guns it.
Okay.
Shit, slide the door open.
So-
Take some shots on the way through.
For a narrative beat, so you understand how this goes, the second that the van hits the side of the corrugated building, it bursts inwards. The scene stops. Everything just seems to just not move. She's sitting inside, looking down at an agent, a burner phone, on a table, and as that strike hits, everything goes still for her, and her eyes kind of shift. She moves to the right, and tracers of her body kind of follow after her as she moves out the front door of the vehicle, and the van slams into the space. You would see in that last second, the only thing that you see of her moving is this bright white light moving off of the table as the phone is picked up in Sandevistan time and moved away from the shack. The van slams into position. Everybody inside of the van is wearing seatbelts.
Yes.
Yeah, we all clicked in.
Okay. Boom. The vehicle, make a driving roll. Mooney?
Control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You manage to shift the tires the last second so that they don't ram into anything and kind of lock up and kind of hang you up inside of the wreckage of the shack, allowing you to, if you want to, very quickly kind of move away. But as you kind of do, kind of like realize the situation and see that flash of light, you kind of look off to the left and the street light is illuminating a silhouette, and you watch as the silhouette kind of wearing this pink outfit. Let me go ahead and show you a picture of her.
Yeah, he's gonna slam it into reverse.
Hold on. Kind of just standing like that in the silhouette of the street light, throws her hands off to the side, and you can see that there are zippers along the tops of the coat that are open, and you watch as two massive mantis blades extend out of her arms and are glowing bright red as they are thermal blades. She says, loud enough for you to hear over the din of the vehicle, "I don't want to kill you." You can then continue with whatever actions you'd like. Keeping in mind, for Gino and for Cam, it's not the first time you've seen a Sandy fire up, and it's not the first time you've seen mantis blades. It's probably one of the first times that you'll have seen thermal blades.
Thermal mantis blades, yeah.
That's Arasaka experimental shit that's on like the top tier Saka ninjas. It's gonna cut right through that van like cheddar.
Like warm cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought we're throwing it
Like-
in reverse
or-
and driving, no?
Or those cheese videos where like they like heat up the cheese and then they like slice off the top. Yeah, that shit. That's gonna be your van.
Mm-hmm.
Butter.
But
Oh, yeah.
she says,
Oh, Russian.
I don't want to fight, so I'm leaving it to the group, and you can do what you like. Everybody's acting in kind. Don't pressure anybody. Just do what you think your character would do in this situation.
I'd say, hey, Moody, don't you dare think about going against her again with that there van. We hit her, we're done.
So, what? You want me to just sit here, or should I put it in reverse and try to get us
Let's
out?
let's get out of the building. Get out of the building. Get out of the building. Get the fuck out of the building.
G-
Fuck out of the
Yeah,
building.
G-
Get the fuck out.
Drops it in reverse and fucking.
real quick. Gino and Cam, go ahead. Both of you roll a d10. Because you've been dealing with cyber psychos, I'm giving you a pretty meaty bonus here beyond your intelligence. Cam, cyber psychos don't talk to people. It's usually not a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I thought. This
if-
would have been straight
That's the
attack
same
if it
thing.
was a
That's the
cyber
first
psycho.
If they do, it's very limited conversation. She's definitely not jumping at you or anything crazy. She's just standing there with the blades out, and she said,
They're like,
"I don't want to kill you."
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah.
Would Letty also know that?
Oh,
in
yeah,
her
yeah.
experience? Yeah, okay.
so we're back out on the street.
Yeah.
You get out of the vehicle?
I would.
I
Okay.
No, he's just gonna keep it in reverse and just keep
Oh.
keep moving away.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
do a tuck and roll. I'll do a tuck and roll.
You pop
I
out,
mean,
Gino?
if somebody wants him to stop, say something. But he's
Gino?
Back out to the
basically-
tree, I would speak up and say stop.
You see Gino pop out as you're saying that and kind of roll on the dirt, just dust flying everywhere. He's kind of like getting up.
Yeah, Mooney hits the brakes.
Cam's leaning over the front.
Yeah, oh yeah, like arm outside the window, just like getting the shot of him, like.
That's good footage, bro. That's good footage.
As he's getting up, dusting himself off. She looks at you and she says, "Are you with him?
What do you mean him? You talking
Lowball,
about?
are you with him?"
I mean, no, we just hit him up for your location.
Who sent you? Arasaka? Danger Gal?
Nah, dude, you see the fucking van? Ain't you see the fucking show?
As you're getting out, she you say that, and everyone's kind of moving over in her direction. And she says, "I only caught the front end of it."
Yeah, you look like a fucking cyber psycho. He's a fucking hog with the fucking hog watch. We thought we was coming
Hell
for a
yes,
fucking cyber
huh?
cycle, and here you are having a fucking conversation. It's fucking wasted a whole fucking day. God damn
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna have to cut that. I need a good roll out the van. That cat, come on.
Right?
I am
Huh?
a cyber
You-
psycho.
You don't seem like one, huh? They usually kind of scrambled in the brain.
She looks at
You don't
you,
seem too scrambled.
and then she kind of opens up her jacket, the puff coat that she has, and inside you see there's like 10 lined vials of this bright green liquid, which you would know is an immunosuppressant that basically kind of just locks her out. And then she opens up the other one, twice as many vials emptied.
Hey, let's hold on. Let's take a second here. We come on. Let's talk about it, huh?
I'm good right now. I've been trying to get in contact with a fixer named Regina Jones. Do you know her?
Hey, look at that!
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
you
hey,
ain't gonna
look-
fucking believe who sent us on this
look at
fucking
that.
guy.
Look
Huh?
at that, huh?
Good. Word on the
What you got with Gina?
word on the street. I guess because of your show, she's trying to help cyber psychos, and I really can't wait to see if there's any possibility for me. I just need to know. You hear a gunshot flare out from above you. You then watch as her head takes a massive amount of trauma. I need someone to go ahead and roll 9d6 for me.
Who's on it?
I don't care who.
I got it.
I'll do it.
There's the first 5. And the last 4.
You watch as it hits her in the face and causes like a massive wound, but it doesn't seem to go all the way through. The sniper round seems to embed itself in her face, and she falls to the ground with like kind of a spark and this loud kind of just crunch sound as she hits the ground. You heard the rapport of the weapon. You saw the damage that was imbued, a very heavy-powered sniper rifle. And if you look up, you would see that there's a gyrocopter that appears to have a pilot and a single individual who, to you, Hungry, looks familiar because you saw his image on the phone. This appears to be Lowball. They're probably about 50 meters up. And he appears to be slotting in the next round. Probably knowing.
Gino, can I make a?
Everyone can go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
We don't have tokens on the board, so let me go ahead and move us to 1 second here. This is going to be
Upon realizing that, could I at least inform everyone?
That's that bastard Lowball double-crossed us.
murder time.
Bastard low ball.
Get her in the car.
Yeah,
on,
that's
can I
Mooney's
track
gonna
my
whip it
own?
around,
Yeah, I
and
got it.
everybody's
I got
gonna.
mine.
Yeah,
Everybody's getting in the van. We're getting the fuck out of here.
if you can drop your
I
token.
think
Yeah, I got
everybody's
you.
just like still in the van, but like
I
kind of
was
like
gonna run
in the
over.
door.
You still got your seatbelt on?
Who else hungry?
Do
Okay.
not
Oh,
have
thank you.
seatbelt on. We are standing.
I
in
don't
the
see
door.
my token.
I just dropped him. And then Mooney. And just a heads up, you can grab your name in the journal and move it and drop it onto any map you want.
Yeah, he beat me to it.
But yeah, Oh, Nina's not there.
Nice.
Yeah, she took
She took the mech.
Mhm.
That'd be useful right now.
Not really. It's not very fast.
Mine didn't work.
Little
I'm sorry.
spider.
What'd you get?
A 7.
All right.
Oh, where's
So,
I'm not on there.
okay. What'd you get?
I got an 8-6.
2. You rolled a 2.
Yeah.
That's a minus.
Wait, why did I have a minus?
Fumble.
Oh,
Because
you
you rolled a 1, and on a fumble, you also roll another d10 and subtract it.
Copter goes on 10.
I mean, I got a 2 as well.
Did
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
What'd you get on the 8 minus 6? Or 7
Yes.
minus 5? Yeah, it's 2 as
Minus
well.
5.
Yep, so real quick note. If you roll a
I'm a
1,
mathematician.
if you roll a 1, it's going to roll another d10 for you, and it's going to subtract that from the value. If you roll a d10 and get a 10 on the result, it's going to roll another d10 and add that other d10 to the value.
Okay, so I am also on a 2.
Yep. Got you. So,
gonna be all heroic and shit.
Cam and Mooney, 50 meters up, gyrocopter, sniper, and pilot. Pilot's going to go on 10, sniper's going to go on 5.
How far away is the cyber psycho from where because I came out to talk to her with Gino.
I'm sorry, I apologize. 50 meters is not right. I'm checking my notes here. 205 meters.
That makes more sense.
Sniper rifle.
Helicopter. Sniper rifle.
But
Me to the cyber psycho when she fell.
How close were you? Probably like maybe 4 meters, not too far away.
So can I grab her and run back to the van with her body as
Your
quickly
action's
as
picking
possible?
her up, and you're
Yes.
just getting into
Correct.
the vehicle. The doors were presumably left open, so I'll allow that.
Yeah. Letty is like in the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ready
Mooney's
for me to
already
dive
moving
in with
the van.
the
Yeah.
body. Yeah.
Cam, you,
Yeah, because we act like simultaneously. So I'm gonna run out, grab, and jump back in first, and then we can
do you have
go and leave Gino all by himself to fight the fucking helicopter.
do you have first aid or cyber tech as skills?
I believe I have cyber tech. Let me
First
double
aid you
check.
should
Hold
have
on.
as well.
Thunder. I'm just curious.
Technique.
Yes, I do have first aid and cyber tech both at level 2.
Okay, great. So when it comes to your next turn, you would know that she has a biomon, which is a device that's inside of her Neuralink. You can tell because of the chip socketing that if you have interface plugs or an agent, you can plug in and check her vitals to see if she's alive or not. Because
Okay.
sometimes testing whether or not she's breathing is not accurate.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I also have first aid too.
Okay.
Also
me
level
too.
2.
Cam dives into the vehicle with
Shit.
the psycho. She's psycho. And the Mooney, you're up. Again,
Yeah,
200.
Mooney's already like maneuvering the vehicle. He's trying to maneuver it in such a way that he can sort of like, as he's turning around, kind of cruise by everybody and give them all a chance to just jump in. But he is getting out of here as fast as possible, and he's not sticking around. So
Well, you got out, right?
No.
Oh, you stayed
Mooney
in?
never left the van.
Okay, so you're ready to pump the
He
gas.
actually never even put it in park.
Okay, so you're just holding the brake.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're ready in action to drive the second everybody's in the boat.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong nomad. Everybody's in the vehicle. Got it. Razor.
Oh, right.
Everybody's
My sniper's on my on a sling on my
It'll
shoulder.
take you-
Easy access.
Yeah, that's fine.
Razor's gonna try to shoot back while he's running to the van.
Okay. You didn't designate a target, so I'm assuming you're just shooting up at the chopper. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. It hits. It looks like a massive kind of spark kind of flies off from where you hit. It looks like you did an amount of damage to the chassis, but it doesn't look like it's bringing it down.
Gotcha.
Letty, you are up.
Oh, I was gonna move into the van.
Yeah, you moved into the van. I heard you.
Okay. I'll make sure you got it.
Am I able to do the first aid?
So you move into the van
Or-
because I assume you never got out.
Well, I was like in the doorway
Okay.
inside the van, kind
So
of like
then-
hanging out.
Yeah, you tuck in. You have a neural link, so you just pull an interface plug and connect, probably from your wrist actually. Connect with her and check her biome on. Her status is critical. It definitely looks like she is, in hit point terminology. I could probably get her result on a D3.
Mm.
Yeah, she took about 60 damage to that.
Yeah.
If her armor ablated some of that, or stopped some of that, that's probably the only reason she's alive.
Right. Always wear your headgear.
And you would see that the gear that's in her, most of it does look like it is not this specific company. It looks like the main things that are in her that are that variety are the arms. The arms appear to be a dual pop-up weapon, very heavy weapon, thermal blades. And there's apparently an additional pop-up slot on both sides that allows for rocket launchers.
Oh.
So she has rocket launchers and mantis blades in her arms.
Fucking sick.
It's very cool, but you would also know it's very dangerous. It does look like there's
Right.
drawbacks to the utilization of both.
Well, clearly.
Potential explosions because of the heat blade being put back into a place where rockets are placed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looks like someone has to read the user's manual to be able to. All right.
That's above my pay grade.
Gino, you are the one that is up.
Gino will start running
Oh,
back towards
sorry.
the van. I was
Apologies.
gonna say the sniper should probably go first.
Yeah, I got to pick a target. So the gyrocopter is just kind of moving to kind of get a better angle on the vehicle. The sniper is going to take a shot at the van. I'm going to shoot the engine block. Somebody roll me 96 again.
Got it this time.
Fuck.
Can I evade?
You
Can I
got
evade with a van?
No, because evasion only works for you. Okay.
Right.
So you watch the hood, like looking at it, Mooney. You watch as like there's a very large kind of spark. You then see a bit of smoke coming out. Do you have tech, basic tech trained?
I believe so. Is that under education?
Tech.
Technique. Yeah.
Basic tech is 10.
Yeah. So you would know that the smoke that's coming out, and I sometimes get this mixed up. Black smoke is bad. White smoke is not. Right? Yeah, it's white smoke. So the vehicle's still going to operate. It's just going to be kind of
Yeah, that's just like a
Steam.
hole in the radiator.
probably. All right.
He says, shit! He's kind of like really focusing now.
And in the process of trying to get the angle, the vehicle or the gyrocopter kind of swung outwards. So it's trying to get that front angle. So it actually gets closer, but technically far enough away so that it's getting that angle. So it's kind of angled different from some of you. It basically flew over the people who were still outside. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably closer to maybe 160 meters instead of 200 for the people outside. All right, Gino and Hungry.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll just. I probably was moving pretty slowly getting out of the van anyway, so I'll just retract that option. lean back into the van and pull my pistols out.
You got Letty?
I would like to lean out of whatever window I'm closest to, pointing my pistols at the helicopter.
Okay. You'll probably be at the back of the vehicle or the side of the vehicle, and in either way, the copter is now in front of the van. So you can kind of like stand in the back of the vehicle and kind of like grab a hold of the door with one arm and kind of be on top of the hood of the vehicle with a gun kind of pointed over top. That makes sense? Not hood, roof of the car. Roof of the van.
Sounds like a setup for trying to run out of a car while it's moving.
This
Yeah,
is
that
high
sounds
level
good.
Jorvik play. Gino, you're
Gino run towards the vehicle and like pull up his assault rifle and then start trying to shoot towards the cockpit.
you try to shoot at the pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, take the shot.
And then like as he's doing that, hop onto like the side of the vehicle and like hold on to like I don't know whatever racks on.
You'll
top.
probably lock your weapon inside of the door frame and kind of get inside.
Love it. Love it.
Go ahead and take your shot.
Probably a foothold there on the side.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you kind of move the weapon before you kind of lock it in. You're kind of getting into position. Stop by the door, take the shot. You watch it hit, and you see the gyrocopter sway to the side very suddenly and actually dip towards the van. It drops its altitude to a crazy 10 meters off of the ground and then kind of collects itself. And it's probably about 150 meters out from the van, so closer to you now because you kind of you moved away from it. So yeah, the point is it's about 150 at this point. It moves to Cam.
Couple more shots and that motherfucker driving that thing.
Cam,
Bitch, all you got.
you hopping back in the vehicle?
Cam's already in the vehicle. I
Okay.
dragged the body in. I
Okay,
don't.
so everyone-
I'm not doing anything with the pistol.
everyone's-
We're all in the vehicle. The vehicle
Everyone's
should
in.
be going as soon
Yeah.
as Gino got in.
Then that's fine. They was ready to do so. So you're driving, right? Chad?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now we get into a bit of a car chase.
Oh, we
So-
love a good car chase.
You had already backed up and gotten ready to move down the road you came in on, so you start going that way. It's directly over top of you and kind of to an angle. So as you kind of move, you're kind of moving underneath it, but not directly, so it's kind of offside.
Is it
And
off the side that people can shoot it?
a great question. So it would be going at the beginning of this initiative because of the ready to action. So Cam, you would have the first opportunity to shoot at it, and because Mooney's initiative is next, the vehicle will continue to whip past and go at its full speed, presumably. So if you want to take a shot, you'll probably be within 20 meters of it if you do take your shot.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Why not?
That will miss.
Second one hit.
Second one hits. And you're just shooting at the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That will hit the vehicle. Looks like it kind of sparks off of the armor plating. It's not like a hugely armored gyrocopter, but it seems to have kind of a bit of outside paneling. All right, Mooney, you continue driving off, right? Or do you want to try and stop it now that you're close to it?
No, he's gonna keep working to get everybody the fuck out of there.
Cool.
And at the first opportunity, he's gonna try to put a building between them and the helicopter.
For my purposes, go ahead and make a drive roll, and then we'll move into Razor. By the point you get a turn, you're going to be about 50 meters out from it, so swung out, and you were in the back, so you're looking out the back at it, and it's kind of hovering about 10 meters off the ground, so I'd say for shooting purposes,
Oh, nice.
it's steady as fuck. I will let you know that. And it looks like it's kind of like a perfect barrel line from the van to the vehicle. So if you want to take a shot since you have the sniper rifle out already, you can.
16. I didn't call who I was shooting at.
Yeah, it doesn't hit anyways. As it kind of fires out, you see it kind of just whip past, like it's kind of a, flare in the night. Just kind of moves right past the vehicle. Letty, you are up. You have her there. She doesn't seem to require stabilization. She does look like she has critical injury on the head, though, and that would have been a foreign object, the bullet that I mentioned, kind of embedded in her face. So it looks like she's not moving. She's just kind of shut off, really. But if you'd like to try and remove it, you can attempt a first aid check DV13, which means you need 14 or better to remove it. That takes time. But if you do it as a quick fix, it'll remove it permanently. So you can do this one on the fly. You can pull it out if you have a first aid kit.
Do I need a an actual kit. I just have first aid trained.
I would assume there's one inside of the vehicle. You can pull it out.
Okay.
It would probably be clearly noted. I mean, in all honesty.
Yeah,
so
there's also a big bag of tools.
yeah.
Um.
If you want to try a first aid check to try and remove the bullet on the move, you can.
Okay, let's try it.
Yeah, go for it. Spending luck.
Oh, 13.
You didn't say luck. I'm not looking though. I didn't see a result. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't see a result.
I mean,
Are you spending luck?
I'll spend 2 luck.
Okay, cool. It succeeds. You pull the bullet out. Gino, you're up. You're in the back of the vehicle. We're about 50 meters out.
I got a beeline on the.
You're in the back of the truck, or you're actually in the side of the truck, but because you've mounted, you have a stable platform, and you can shift around the vehicle and fire out the back.
So the helicopter and the pilot aren't going on 10 anymore?
The pilot is. Sorry. He is elevating slightly and moving after you. He does not have full speed in that tilt yet, so he's not getting the full pickup. So he's closing, but not fully. So he stays about the same distance.
Do the bulletproof shields, do they need to be attached to
You have a
your
door. Don't worry about it.
arm? I was gonna toss it and then shoot to somebody else.
Probably sitting inside the vehicle.
Okay, I'd be like, hey, why don't you take this? And throws the bulletproof shield and then whips around and.
Were you wanting to fire auto fire because the sound effect, or are you just taking the oneer?
What's the difference?
So auto fire, you put up more rounds. There's a potential to do more damage, but the difficulty values are harder to hit. And you also use a different skill, auto fire instead of shoulder arms. If you single fire, you're shooting one bullet downrange at your target.
Auto fire.
Okay, so we're ignoring that roll. So click the auto fire tab on the weapon and then click.
Go baby.
Oh, you got a 19 again? Damn, okay. So I said that he was about less than 50, so it would have been 26 through 50 is the target range. 20's going to miss. Or 19's going to miss. No, sorry, I didn't see the result. Do you want to spend some luck?
Sure.
Being extremely nice to a new player. Well, how many points?
It's his first time.
Do you know how
ever.
luck works now? Do you understand how it works? You want to say it before you take the shot, by the way.
Yeah, I got a couple luck.
How much you want to spend in it?
2.
Okay, so that means it's going to hit by 1, so it's only going to do 5 damage, and that's against the pilot in the body. So how rapid fire works, or auto fire, difficulty value is 20 for this range, right? You beat it by 1, which means 1 multiplier. If you beat it by 2, 2 multiplier. If you beat it by 3, 3 multiplier. And I believe the maximum for an assault rifle is 4 multiplier, which means you could have done 20 damage instead of... Do you want to spend more luck? Do you want to spend more luck is what you're saying? How much more luck did you want to spend?
It's a 2. Let's do 4.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you blast it, and you just see like a spray of red and pink just kind of flying out of the center of the gyrocopter. Somebody roll a d10.
Not me.
I'll do it.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
Got a 6.
In that instant, it looks like the gyrocopter banks backwards and flies upwards and out. As it's kind of moving out into the night, the street light that she was standing in, all intimidating and cool looking, you see a body just kind of into the spotlight. You ever see that the ending of a Mr. Bean episode where he just kind of like thumps into the streetlight? Literally, that's what happens with the pilot, and then you can see like the vehicles just kind of distancing off.
Nice.
Oh, Gino will scream, that's how we do it on Hogwatch. You get that shit, Cam?
You know I got that fucking shit.
Let me know. Look at that shit.
Razor, go for a high five to Gino.
Well, what's funny is that you actually got it from multiple angles because you had the gun or the gun door camera, you had your own camera, you had the rear view camera, you had the 2 side cameras. You were watching that from several different angles.
And I bet we'll be able to pull some business footage from when the plane or from where it crashed.
Yeah, there's definitely cameras around that you'll be able to snag up. proprietary because N54 was the one who was causing the scene. So yeah, the edit is gonna fucking come. So much fucking footage. She
Good money right there.
very wounded, but slightly stable. Not quite conscious during the ride. Where are you driving the vehicle to, Mooney?
As the helicopter sort of team rockets off into the distance.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Excellent description.
Like it.
I love it.
If you had rolled a 4 or less, it would have just right into the ground. No, 4 or less.
So there's like a moment of calm, and then he says to Hungry, he says, so you better call Regina and let her know we're on our way.
I would text Regina, let her know we got the package. Where does she want us to go?
She says Gino knows the way, and she would basically.
I was about to say.
Yeah, Kiva.
I'm on the phone with him. Hey.
Yeah, Kiva, bring him home.
Sweetie, where do you want to bring her?
Bring her home.
All right, let's bring her.
I got a doc on site ready to help.
Tap over and be like, all right, here's where we're heading. And he'll point he'll like be like, go this way, that way, this way, that way.
All right.
Yeah, awesome. Mooney, he drives reasonably, but also quickly.
Okay. You make it to the Yakaiba apartments. It's just a very simple apartment building, kind of on the south side of Watson, not too far from the afterlife, but closer to Lizzie's bar, kind of in that general vicinity. You get out of the vehicle with her. She is still unconscious, so somebody kind of throws her over their shoulder, but her critical condition has seemed to kind of just stabled off. And you would also notice that the Biomon is showing a number of different implants that are in her. And even though she feels like a person to whoever's like shouldering her, and she looks like a person, just like a normal, almost kind of like a Mox, she, according to the Biomon, has more metal in her than the van you're driving in. Definitely seems to have been given quite a bit of modification outside of the material that was put into her by Lowball. That said,
So is the assumption here that the tech Lowball put into her, he was using to...
She stole from Lowball. She did. She did not.
Well, is the implication that this like Lowball tech has somehow compromised her, and they've been using it to take control of her?
No. Gino, Cam, do you want to tell them what happened with her and why she is a bit off and needs all of the immunostimulants and suppressors? Is it because of all the tech and she's a psychopath? It's probably that.
Maybe not, especially not with how good she was articulating,
Yeah, she was definitely cranked on some
she's
stabilizers.
But old Gina and us be able to fix up. We should probably if that boy's still
she was having episodes is what was happening.
Yeah. She's using very powerful drugs to maintain sanity.
Got you.
Or a semblance of. When you get to the apartment and move into the space, there's no clerk at the desk, but you see Regina coming out of the elevator at the same time you're kind of pulling up and bringing her in. Looks over to Hungry, looks at her real quick, like just kind of nervous, and then kind of looks at Hungry, quickly touches her phone, and her eyes kind of flare orange. And she says, you can stick around if you want to, but we're going to handle our business. Hopefully it works square, she says to Hungry.
Did I get 7,500 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're square.
All right. Come on, Gino. Let's get him upstairs. Cam, come on. Keep it going.
Yeah, we can say I'll counter her up, and then Cam's...
These three will get into the elevator. And they seem to... Regina seems to be holding it. She says, Doc will be here in a second. Hold on. We'll wait for him. And you see an older gentleman come in, got a Gannic hand. Looks like he has doctor's multi-tool kind of fastened to his arm. Tattoos. Looks like a lot of boxing tattoos. Some older looking Ripper Doc walks in. And all right, Regina, this the girl? You want to do this upstairs? Why didn't you just bring her to the office? No time for that shit. Also, I think she's being tracked. Not a good idea to source her to you, Vic.
She's
Okay.
for sure being tracked.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, come on,
She
get in
will
here.
be
Let's go.
okay.
She'll be fine, Regina says. Right,
You
Vic?
got it.
Yeah, probably. Sure, I haven't had a chance to look. Okay. Well, if we're clear, we're going. She hits the closed door button. It starts to close. Last chance.
You mind if we
Gina will do
tag
a,
along?
And she kind of catches the door and says, "Come on." And whoever wants to go in goes in.
Yeah, I mean, if Hungry's going, he
It'll-
says. Mooney says, "You know what? I think I'm gonna stay down here. I'll keep an eye on things, and I'll keep the engine warm."
Pulls on
I'll
up
go up.
to the top.
You did good back there, cowboy.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna see if I can plug this leak here so this thing stops smoking at me.
I think he's just still afraid of the police, huh?
You ain't too bad for a cop. If I'm
And
being honest.
The door closes.
as you come as you come up, the first thing that you folks see, and those of you who have never been here before, is two Militech heavy machine guns pointed directly at you on automated mounts, and they don't seem to be switched off. They're on. But you see Regina kind of wave something with her hand, and they don't murder you. As you're kind of coming into the space, it's very cyberpunk. It's just filled with clutter, very lived in. She's laid out on the mattress. The mattress, it appears to be the only mattress in the space, which has been shared by a number of people in this space. A couple of lawmen come in, a couple of other folks look like runners, kind of looking at the situation, looking at the people who are here. Some of them are kind of on edge, some of them are not. And you would see that Regina kind of tells them to go back to their offices, go back to their space. And Vic, the doc, starts working on this woman. Kind of seems like he's going to be spending some time here, better part of an hour or two, working on her. Regina will kind of get up midstream, ask where she can help. Vic says, "Get the fuck out of my way. It's fine. I got this. It's okay." She's mostly metal anyways. It's more like a tune-up than a fucking rip job. And Regina at that point would kind of move over to the window and kind of press her back against it, looking out on the waterway. Gino, you know that she's probably going to be, kept unconscious with a number of different drugs that the doc's going to put in her. And shouldn't be an issue. She seems to be stable by the hour time up. Nothing too exciting on the footage for you, Cam. Moving through it. Razor and Letty, if you came up here, definitely looks like they have quite the operation in here. It almost looks like a corpo's office or department that's been kind of spilled into a stereotypical cyberpunk apartment. Or rather, quite a large condominium space, to be completely honest. Possibly a couple of apartments that have been merged. Yeah, Hungry, you've probably never been up here before, but Regina's got a pretty serious business she's been pulling. And she kind of goes very stark serious in the midst of this all and says, walking over to you, "This is the kind of work I get into. Because some people run straight towards the edge and fall right the fuck over it."
Yeah, we've all seen it so many times.
Anybody in your crew ever gets this way, give me a call before Max Tex gets a hold of them, okay?
Yeah, will do.
We'll make sure she's okay. Probably have her shipped off tomorrow morning. I'm gonna let her
I
rest.
appreciate the work that you do.
Yeah, I not know much about you other than what I was able to pull. I can't say likewise. But thank you for helping out tonight. I really appreciate that.
would have loved for Lorenzo to meet you.
You'd also
Just kind of
head out.
goes off.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you get downstairs, Chad, go ahead and make a basic tech roll. Let me know what you got.
I would like to ask Regina if there's any chance of waking the patient.
I'm sorry, you want me to make what roll?
Basic tech. It's under technique. Regina would say, I wouldn't suggest it.
What about lane vehicle tech?
Yeah, that's probably better. Good call.
Got 24.
Yeah, you get the tool bag out, and basically, like, it's a montage scene as the doc is putting her together and kind of fixing her up, making sure she's still working. You're doing the same with the van. But in response to Hungry's question, probably not best. She's gone through a decent amount of shock. It might be the case that the immunosuppressants probably won't do much to help her keep control at this point. We're going to need to get her up in a space where she's not going to be able to do much damage, which is where we'll be sending her off tomorrow. We're going to keep her nice quiet tonight, tucked in. A couple of folks ready looking over her. And
if she does make it and has a moment of clarity, so to speak, I got some questions I'd like to ask.
Okay. Professional courtesy. I'll let you know when I've got her in a spot where I feel it's safe for you to interact with her. I'm not trying to pull one over on you, Hungry. I just know that you know how you get tilted and things happen in life. Well, imagine if, that clicked and you turned into a fucking demon. This is the kind of thing that happens with psychosis.
Yeah, I get it. It's a long shot. Chances are never gonna hear from this person again. But
she might
like
do.
I said,
she might do better. I mean, from what I was able to get from conversation, you didn't shoot her, so she's probably not going to be mad at you. But yeah, I'll let you know.
appreciate that.
All right, and that's what we're in for the evening, with everybody kind of separating. I assume that Mooney would drive folks home, or Cass would be called. Letty, you already have a pickup prepared. Nina would have told you that she'd had it once she kind of got out of the scene. But with that being said,
I would send 2,500 eddies to Letty, Mooney, Razor, and Nina. And then 1,000 to Cam and Reggie. Or Gino.
Reggie. Okay. I
don't send any money to Dan. Fuck
Dan. Dan doesn't give shit. All right. Thanks for watching, Dan.
That's recorded.
He was watching. I don't know if he's going to reply yet or not, but anyways. Thanks for watching this. That did.
I'm walking here.
And he was in an ad. Maybe you should subscribe, bitch. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you folks tomorrow night for more Cyberpunk Fun Times. Ciao.